last night than he will playing baseball all season with the Cardinals. He's the one that gets to go right in the Philly fans' face. It was awesome.
It was really cool.
And by the way, they were booing like kids who couldn't catch balls in center field.
Oh, Philly showed out. Philly did exactly what you would expect Philly to do.
They were great hosts. That ballpark's awesome, by the way. I've been. It's a great ballpark. Those fans made the environment awesome. Schwarber in the final was perfect.
Yep.
And him losing.
Oh, yeah.
Perfect.
And he looked pissed, too.
I've been to that stadium, too.
Yeah.
I think it's a must on the list of baseball stadiums to go to.
It doesn't come up with your Wrigley's or your Fenways. It doesn't come up like a PNC or a Petco, but I think it's probably in that top dozen or so ballparks.
Definitely.
It's also more than just the venue, right?
Yes.
It's so when you go to Wrigley, right? It's the Ivy. It's Wrigley. It's been there forever. It's the marquee out front. When you go to any event in Philly, it's the environment that happens while people are there.
They're a little off of the beaten path where the stadium is, but all the stadiums are together, which is kind of cool too.
Yeah.
Who did you see play when you went?
I don't even remember. This was years ago.
I saw the Mets, and of course I saw Damian Easley homer off Pedro Martinez. Unbelievable. Have you ever had anything happen like that, or some ex-athlete, like you just go to some random game and thanks.
That's basically what it was. I was in Philly for something, and I'm like, hey, I might as well see a ball game while I'm here. I don't even remember who pitched, but I remember the ballpark.
I have not seen a baseball game there. And
you should. This is an oversell. I think you should do Boston, Yankee Stadium, maybe City while you're there, and then go down to Baltimore and Philly.
So I've seen a game in Baltimore. Okay. When I was there for a decade, went up to Baltimore and just never made the trip to Philly for a baseball game. And it's one of those things where I know that it's the environment that you want to get to. And obviously, while I was playing for the Skins, I didn't want to go to Philly for any sporting event,
right?
More so than I already had to.
You'll love this, by the way. I had a sandwich there called the Schmitter, so named after Mike Schmidt.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
Obviously.
Do you have a cheesesteak?
Yeah, we did Geno's and Pat's.
Yeah, same. Did both.
Did half and half.
And I do want to go to Fenway because I want to see the Green Monster and I want to see a game there. But Lisa and Ruby, when she was visiting Harvard and Boston College, they went to a game there, and they're like, and Ruby called me from the game. She's like, Dad, I know you want to see a game here, but I don't think you're going to fit. Because it literally was built for small people.
That's awesome. That's funny.
So maybe someday I'll get the standing room only.
I think they stumbled onto something last night. The only shame is they did themselves no favors with it being on Netflix.
The only reason I knew it was on Netflix was I have a subscription to Netflix. I got an email, and the header on the email said something about Home Run Derby. And I thought, I wonder if they're just running some type of historical show on the Home Run Derby. So I click on it because I think it would be cool. And then all of a sudden I find out, like, wait a second, it's on Netflix? Where's the All-Star game going to be?
Right. I don't actually know.
So, I mean, did Netflix buy All-Star Weekend?
I feel like we should know this answer. Rabbit Ears is what you were just signaling?
Oh, network,
so
network television.
Like Fox. Yeah. Okay,
Fox.
yeah.
Okay.
But I'll tell you, we spent approximately 0 minutes on the Home Run Derby on yesterday's show. It was not even really on my radar until I sat down and I'm like, you know what, I'll give this thing a shot. I ended up liking the format. People were kind of concerned. I saw Jeff Passing go, this is going to stink. This format's going to be terrible.
I thought it was great.
It was awesome.
I thought there was going to be a day off, and then the All-Star festivities would happen. So I assumed that the Home Run Derby was today instead of yesterday. So I'm glad I was able to see it. And I do know that there were a lot of people that were, social media is where you go to hear all the complaints.
Yeah.
Can't believe it's on Netflix.
But you guys, I don't even know if you guys watched it out there in listener land. But if you did you have the same takeaway we did? And if you didn't, do you feel like you missed out hearing us talk about it?
I am glad that they took away the clock. Yeah. I while the clock was part of the rules, I didn't necessarily have an objection to it. But now seeing it without the clock, taking away exhaustion. Now, guys were still tired. I mean, 20 swings in the opening round. They get to 15, 16. You could tell they're tired, and they were taking a couple of pitches here and there. But I thought that exhaustion was more a factor when there was the time clock than it was last night.
Well, and it's also just a lesson. Like, they had the show split screened in years past because the ball hasn't even left the yard by the time they're swinging at the next pitch. Yes. And it's like, dude, I know we live in an ADD society. It was too much. This was a hit the homer, take a deep breath, appreciate it, step back in and swing. And it's not like it dragged out till midnight last night. It was done at like 10:45.
Right.
And I found myself going, oh, wow, I'm still awake.
And there were no bat flips.
Yeah, there you go.
There were no bat flips, but it did allow the athlete to be able to appreciate their home run too. I mean, when was it Contreras?
Yeah.
In the opening round, hit a 490-foot bomb. Like, I'm glad it wasn't a split screen because I wanted to see the trajectory and where it landed.
And then I wanted to see the batting practice pitcher get all upset that he was showing him up and then throw at him the next pitch.
Yeah.
They had two Philly athletes, so they increased the chances of getting that storyline, and they got one. It was Schwarber all the way to the final. He loses. It's a very Philly thing to happen. They can boo him. I just felt like that was...
And there's always that moment, too, that's a little bit sentimental where, okay, Caglione plays for Kansas City. We don't really care that much about it, but having his dad pitch to him...
It's always cool.
I always thought that... I think that's cool.
Texters. My wife was not interested in watching the Derby, but I had it on, and she actually got into it. Pleasant surprise.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Dan in Plymouth says Home Run Derby couldn't see it because it was on Netflix. Yeah. Look, and it's one thing to say I'm going to get the trial to watch an NFL game. I don't blame someone for saying I'm not jumping through the hoops to watch the Home Run Derby.
No.
That's why I think they did themselves a disservice, because it actually was one of the better ones I've ever watched. Last text says, so disappointed, all caps. I don't know if it's because they didn't watch or they just didn't like it.
Huh. John, real quick, you brought up Caglione.
Yeah.
Did you see the Inside the Park home run last week when you were on vacation?
I did.
The Little League homer. It was chopped to the pitcher. He's the one that threw the ball from the right field foul territory and sailed it like almost into the dugout of the other team. Yeah. I don't think I'll ever get out of my head that he's the one that made that throw.
Incredible. He's still a young player, too. That's going to be there forever.
And he's got a heck of an arm.
Oh, yeah.
But he sailed that.
Zero control.
Did
you guys behind the glass end up watching much of the Derby?
A little bit here and there.
Okay.
I get tired of it.
I know.
I do. I know you said it's with the skill thing. They're not facing real pitching. So it's different from the other.
There's no defense in the
dunk contest.
The dunk contest.
3-point shootout. They don't have a shooter walking out with a hand
NFL,
up.
What is it? Dodgeball that we're watching now?
I don't know. I've seen so many of these. I just get tired of it. It would take me I want to see Dingler.
Okay, ask him to compete next time. I don't know what to tell you.
I want to see a tiger.
Okay. I mean, sure, we would love to see a tiger. Have one of them agree to...
What did you want to kick out?
The guy that won it.
Well, that's the thing. He was the little known nobody.
That's who I would have kicked out.
What was he? He was plus 700 to even win it.
Look at he's a young player, but he's a relative nobody in terms of MLB stardom.
Yeah. I mean, I heard people talk about his OPS is 300 points greater this year than it was last year.
Yes,
and so like this is a breakout season for him, and we got a chance to see a breakout player.
Again, he is going to make $700,000 this year to play baseball for the Cardinals. The winner of the Home Run Derby gets $1 million.
That's a hell of a payday for him.
Make more in one day than you make in a year.
It's a hell of a payday for anybody. I don't care how much you make. But
take the millions and hundreds of thousands out. I tell you, guy listening right now, whatever your yearly salary is, you could make it today. That's what just happened to the guy.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
It's a great day.
248-539-9797. Also cool, Justin Verlander out hanging out with the guys before the Home Run Derby. And there's some audio we want to play for you, because I thought Derek Jeter and David Ortiz gave us a great moment with Verlander. And then there's whatever the hell Alex Rodriguez was doing.
Well, if you didn't hear it or if you haven't heard this, it will absolutely blow your mind. And it will make you dislike him even more.
Is that possible? It's 97.1.
Here's what I like about Guardian Alarm. They protect my home. And here's the reasons why. They're not some national security company pretending to know Michigan. They're from here. They've been protecting Michigan homes and businesses from break-ins, fires, and emergencies since 1930. No matter where you're located, from the suburbs, downtown, and beyond, Guardian Alarms got you covered with security cameras, fire protection, and real people monitoring 24/7. Local team, local service, real protection. If you want security from a company that actually knows this community, that's why I trust them as well. Call Guardian Alarm, and you can give them a call at 1-800-STAY-OUT for a free quote. That's 1-800-STAY-OUT.
Pleasantly surprised. Home run derby last night. It delivered. Jordan Walker, 6 straight swings into the Philly night sky as those fans booed him mercilessly. Booed people, kids who couldn't catch balls in center field. It was awesome, the environment, the format. You could let things breathe. No clock, no bonuses. The only downside was it was on Netflix, and some people
just didn't see it.
A tree falls in the forest. Now, before the home run derby, you had Justin Verlander hanging out with the Fox Sports crew, and I want to play one clip of what it should be, and then whatever Alex Rodriguez was doing. Let's start with Justin Verlander talking about his final moments against David Ortiz and Derek Jeter. It's kind of cool to hear him be giddy, about these other athletes.
Well, I mean, it's the matchups that he remembers, right? And it's the last time that he faced Big Papi. It's the last time he faced Jeter, and Jeter, setting him the bat, and it just those are great moments that I don't know if he's ever told that story before.
No.
But you get a peek behind the curtain of what these guys,
the admiration,
are like, and how they respect each other.
Yeah, you respect each other. You know stuff about these guys. You're aware generally of their journey. And then there's A-Rod. What? Famously, second overall pick Justin Verlander.
With the Tigers, never being DFA'd.
DFA'd twice as a late round pick. Whose notes was he reading?
He shouldn't even need notes.
I know.
Like, these guys are top level peers that played at the same time, or pass over, cross at least a little bit career wise.
Yeah.
This guy, man, I'm telling you what, I think A-Rod is the biggest DB in the history of sports. And that a lot of times I'll go back to Aaron Rodgers because he's playing now, and but he talks a lot.
Yeah,
that's why Aaron Rodgers always gets out there.
He talks a lot and says nothing.
There isn't one likable quality about Alex Rodriguez. There isn't.
There's not.
No.
Is there? Which one? Tell me one thing you like about A-Rod. Call us.
It's a very good shortstop.
There you go.
He was even a third baseman, so you can't even say that.
It would be one thing if I don't know, maybe pre-event he was talking to Jordan Walker and didn't know a lot about Jordan Walker, even though he is one of
the contestants.
8 contestants. Like, not kind of an unnamed guy having a breakout season, but you're talking to a first ballot Hall of Famer. You're talking to a guy that you faced at some point in your career, and you bring up that, and it couldn't be more wrong.
To Tom's point, you shouldn't need notes. It's a little different, like, John, when you're interviewing like Olympian sport athletes at Michigan in the past, and you go, I better double check this. I don't want to screw this up. Did she go to high school in Illinois or not? Like, that's a mistake I'm sure you're afraid to make. That's Justin Verlander. You shouldn't need any notes. You should be aware of who he is.
It just blows your mind. And the funny part too is if you watch the video and you see Big Papi who's sitting on the other side of JV. JV's sitting right next to A-Rod. You see Big Papi and he starts laughing.
See,
it's hilarious.
Like, my problem with this is that A-Rod was a high pick, and these high picks, like he had established his career when JV was coming. These guys are well aware of the huge prospects that are coming up. It's almost like a lot of these guys kind of want to teach him a lesson when they first show up in the league. Oh. But to have no clue that JV was a second overall pick or a high pick, off the top of his head, he doesn't need to know maybe that he was second.
No, but hey, you were a high pick.
A highly regarded prospect. These guys know who's in the pipeline.
Well, A-Rod was one, and then Justin Verlander was drafted second, so it was a later round draft pick. He was late.
Everybody after number 1 overall is a late pick to A-Rod.
DB.
No, you mentioned...
And then DFA'd twice? Could be more wrong.
So
like Scherzer got sent down.
Googled? Who do you think he Googled?
So I'm asking. I don't know.
Or
I wonder if
is this a Ron Burgundy moment where somebody just like he pissed off the wrong person and somebody gave him the notes?
Producers intentionally do it because they don't like him.
Gee, why would anybody not like Alex Rodriguez?
I didn't even think about it till just now. That might be the Ron Burgundy moment. And he had no idea. He was just reading off a card.
Hey, speaking of Ron Burgundy, I am happy that Will Ferrell was for the intros and the intros only. Because
it was awful.
That was rough.
It was awful. I thought we were going to have to listen to this all night long, and I'm just glad that was limited.
I want to be clear. Some of the camera work, some of the audio, some of the announcing. I don't think Netflix presentation was very good. No exit velos, none of that stuff. But I am happy the format change paid off for baseball last night. And if they had it on a real network, it would have been even better. Let's get to Heather with the news. Heather, good morning.
Good morning. This news is brought to you by Fusion Energy. Well, residents of a Macomb Township neighborhood were jolted awake in the middle of the night after somebody launched fireworks directly at their houses. Happened right at 22 Mile Road and Card Road, and the incident caused property damage, left debris scattered in residents' front yards. They do say, thankfully, nobody was injured, but neighbors are very concerned because they say the outcome could have been far worse. Now, one neighbor, Diane, said that she and her husband were asleep when the blast began right around 2 a.m. So she said that she was speaking of a window, if the windows would have been broken and shattered. Surveillance video shows the suspects running down the street before appearing to throw fireworks at more homes. Now, Diane hopes, and other neighbors as well, that whoever is responsible will face consequences. The Macomb County Sheriff's Office responded to the scene, took a report. They are actively investigating the incident. Well, the number of people infected with that poop parasite, I saw that somewhere and I thought, well, that's a good way to word it, has now jumped to more than 2,600 in Michigan. So according to the Michigan Department of Health and Human Services, there are 2,640 cases as of Monday at 9:30 a.m. So there could be more now.
Oh, I'm sure there are.
Yeah.
And I think they've zeroed in on the culprit.
Well, they have been obviously trying to find exactly what is causing this parasite and infecting people and causing the explosive diarrhea. They think it's lettuce, salad greens, as I saw it worded as well. But I think they're still trying to find exactly like...
Which one?
I'm safe.
Well, I saw this. I was like, this is perfect for John. I mean, won't touch his... I mean... Won't touch his salad, veggies. You do eat fruit.
Oh, sure.
Raspberries,
like
I've
raspberries
seen.
could have got you in trouble.
Yeah, and I choke down some veggies every once in a while, but
When you have to, I guess. But so they're still working to determine exactly where, but it sounds like lettuce. So they say if you're going to purchase lettuce, you're going to go home and make a salad, don't buy the pre-mixed bagged lettuce. Right? Go home and buy, or go to the store and buy a whole head of lettuce.
Right.
That's the best way to do it. Make sure you're discarding the outer layers of the lettuce, and then you're thoroughly washing the lettuce you are going to be using.
Are there any dressings that might kill it? Maybe a little oil, vinegar, a little splash, something on there.
Could probably help out.
Yeah. A former Michigan assistant football coach is making some major allegations against the University of Michigan in an updated federal lawsuit. So Chris Partridge claims former university president Santa Ono helped conceal evidence tied to the football program's sign sealing scandal, and says athletic department leaders, including Ward Manuel, knew for years about head coach Sharon Moore's relationship with a staff member before it became public. So Partridge originally sued the university, its board of regents, and Manuel back in June. Not back in June. He updated it.
Yeah.
So
Right.
those were who he originally sued. Then in June, he updated this lawsuit to also include Santa Ono and the Big Ten commissioner as well.
Yeah, Tony Petitti.
Yeah.
Now, Ono hasn't worked in athletics since. Remember, he had that Florida
Yes.
job fall through.
Right.
I have no idea if they're related. The other thing I read on this Michigan stuff is David Jesse, former Free Press writer. He said, an FYI regarding the University of Michigan's investigation into the athletic department, you know what we're
Right.
all waiting to get the conclusion. No physical report was compiled and issued. Regents were briefed orally recently on findings which were critical of the AD and the others at the university. I don't know how there's not a physical report. If true, that's wild to me.
It is. It's wild, and also needs to be investigated.
Yeah.
And I've seen some attorneys, and I was telling you about this pre-show. The $11.5 million, talking about billable hours of when this started, like the entire thing, just none of it makes sense.
Doesn't
And
pass smell
for
test.
it to be $11.5 million and then have an oral presentation and no written report.
He says in the replies, David Jesse, the whole point of not doing a physical report is so they don't have to give it up with a FOIA. But what are you afraid of? The point was to get to the bottom of it.
Right.
And then present it for everyone and make the decisions.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Interesting.
Sorry.
Yep. The Red Cross, the American Red Cross needs blood donors, and they need it now. In fact, they say they're experiencing an emergency blood shortage. So according to the organization, the blood supply fell nearly 25% in June, and the shortage is especially serious for type O positive and B negative blood. So donors, you can go online, make an appointment. You can use the blood donor app. You can visit redcrossblood.org. You can call an 800 number as well, but they say this is critical to obviously provide care when it's needed to those who need blood. Otherwise, doctors are forced to make, difficult decisions.
Of course. Is it bad I don't know my blood type?
I was going to ask you if you knew it. I knew mine. It's because of pregnancies and things like that.
But like when they draw your blood, they don't like
I'm O
tell you.
positive.
Oh, okay.
Well, they can tell you.
They can tell you, but they don't. That's not like a regular thing where
Yeah.
they tell you.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know mine. Tom,
I just know
Greg?
that I'm not B negative because I refuse to be negative.
Okay. It's Heather with the news.
You
Coming
must
up,
be a positive person.
if you ask
What's
Jared Goff, we're all negative. Hey, speaking of Jared Goff, ESPN's got their top 10 QB list as decided by execs, scouts, football insiders. We'll get to Jared Goff and some other big storylines from that list. It's 97.1.
If your AC struggling to keep up in the heat, it's time to call Mastercraft Heating, Cooling, Plumbing, and Electrical. Mastercraft is available 24/7 for those moments, and they stand behind their work with a 5-year warranty. They made a huge difference in my home, and they'll do the same for yours, especially with the heat we're experiencing this week. Right now, they're running some amazing specials. AC tune-up for only $79. And when it comes to service, they're going to get to you faster than anyone else. Easy financing options are available as well. Schedule your free in-home estimate at mastercraftheating.com.
Who are the best quarterbacks in the NFL? The top 10. Don't you love list season? This is what happens in the middle of the summer. ESPN compiles their top 10 quarterbacks from scouts, coaches, and executives. Tom's got a list of questions. Tom, take it away.
All right, so Jared Goff came in at number 9. That ranks him as the best quarterback in the NFC North. Do you agree?
I do. And I think, we'll see what Caleb Williams does in the second year of Ben Johnson's offense. He was much improved last year over his rookie season. Jordan Love I think he's maxed out. I think he is what he is, and he's never going to be that guy that takes his team to the promised land, and have no idea what Kyler Murray is going to look like in Minnesota.
Is Jared Goff the best quarterback in the North? Yeah, he is. Yeah. He's a consensus top 10 QB for 3 straight years. In that time, he has the most yards, touchdowns, and he's second in quarterback rating. He's a play-action machine. He's accurate. He's smart. And Caleb Williams, fast and loose with the ball. It's still a lot of out-of-structure stuff. He had more picks than touchdowns in the playoffs. And Jordan Love, I'll leave it to the afternoon show. That's Valenti's godchild, but I don't think he's on Goff's level.
Wow. I think the verdict's in on Love, and Goff is better. Caleb, let's see. I think this is the year where we find out if he is truly going to become an elite quarterback or not. I'm open to it. I was kind of a hater of his, but I don't think he will. I think Goff is. All right, so like I said, Goff came in 9th overall. Did they get it right?
I think he's outside the top 5. You could put him 6 or 7, depending on what you think. Herbert's more physically gifted, but yeah, I think Goff's maybe a little low, but I'm fine with where he's at.
I think he's a little bit low. And the guys that I have question marks about, and I always like, okay, would I rather have Goff or insert quarterback?
So let's go through it.
Well, and for Herbert right now, I would rather have Goff's ability to actually win games in games that matter. Now, okay, I know.
Yeah, but if Herbert had this run game.
Okay, well, and he might this year.
Yeah.
So this could look dramatically different next year.
I'm pretty high on Herbert for the upcoming season.
And Herbert was my guy coming out.
I know.
I don't think he has done enough yet to be the guy ahead of Goff.
Dak is 6. You'd rather have Goff.
Oh, I'd rather have Goff. And there's no question about that.
8 is Drake May. I don't know what you do after a great season.
But then you look at, okay, the opponents that they played against last year, the good ones that they played against, Drake May was not there. And do I think Drake May eventually will be better? Yes.
So you could bump Goff a couple spots.
A couple of spots. And then the other one, too, that I think is a little bit a question mark, and I'm sure I'm going to ruffle some feathers, Joe Burrow. I would rather have a quarterback that actually plays than one that's always injured. Okay, say that if he's behind this offensive line, does he get hurt as much? I don't know.
I don't know.
So, I'd move Goff up.
I would wait one more year for the injury bug thing with Burrow. We kind of went through that with Stafford here, and I learned a lesson from that at that time, that don't necessarily saddle somebody with some injury-prone thing until you let their career play out a little bit.
Going into
when
this
he's been healthy, he's a better quarterback than Jared Goff.
Yeah, but he's going to have to prove it.
He's missed basically half the season 2 of the last 3 years, Joe Burrow.
Right. Yeah. That's what happened to Stafford for 2 seasons. Yeah. It was just early in his career, his first 2 years.
And to Tom's point, the last healthy season for Burrow, 2024, 43 touchdowns to 9 picks.
Yeah, but where did it get him?
I know.
With that group of receivers.
But I don't want to penalize him for the O-line and the defense. That is what we used to do with Stafford.
Just quickly, getting angry over lists is stupid.
Yeah. Right.
I got to tell you, I think it's stupid that Dak is ahead of Goff. I think it's stupid. And I wouldn't do it with May yet. All right, Hurts is not in the top 10. Fair or foul?
I'd say foul. And I would say foul because of some of the guys that I already mentioned. I don't know that if you look at Dak, why is he in there? What is he ever done? He can't win a playoff game. And Hurts is a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Now, you need things around him in regards to a good offensive line, an established running game. When they did that, he was a Super Bowl winning quarterback.
I get why people are down on him, right? The passing yardage, the few throws over the middle. He's a Super Bowl winner, a Super Bowl MVP, and I would argue he played better in the Super Bowl. He lost.
Yeah.
He had 370 yards, 4 total touchdowns. Foul. He should be in the top 10.
Big year for him. No A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
He's always, A.J. Brown has been succinct with him in terms of his success. All right. Josh Allen was number 1 over Patrick Mahomes. Do you agree?
Last year, Allen was better. But if you're asking me who the best quarterback in the NFL is, it's Patrick Mahomes.
I'm going to need to see him post-ACL reconstruction. I'd rather have Allen right now because of everything that he could do. Now, Allen could suffer that same injury because he's a mobile quarterback. Maybe it's a shoulder, maybe it's something else. But I would rather have Josh Allen right now over Patrick Mahomes.
I'm going body of work. I got crunch time. I got a stone cold killer. I trust that his knee's going to be recovered.
Again, I think this is a year early. I would still go Mahomes. And by the way, my feeling is going into this NFL season, one of the biggest stories, and I think people are going to hate it, the Chiefs are going to be collecting a lot of receipts.
Sure.
I think the Chiefs will be back, and it's because he's a superstar.
They added Kenneth Walker, too, to take some of the pressure off of Mahomes coming back off the knee.
Yeah. All right, who has more to prove, Dak, Herbert, or Love?
I would say Herbert. And here's why. Love, I've got low expectations for him. I think he's maxed out. Dak has had his many opportunities and hasn't come through. And I think the time is now for Justin Herbert with a healthy offensive line, with a running game that will be more established, with some receivers that maybe catch the ball. I think I'm looking at the time is now for Justin Herbert.
As much as it'd be easy to say it's the Dallas Cowboy with the star on the helmet.
He's had his chances.
It's Herbert. He's thrown for 5,000 yards in this league. He's got Harbaugh, a healthy O-line, a run game, a big year coming, but it has to also translate in the postseason. In a lot of ways, he is where Stafford used to be. The gaudy numbers, the big arm talent, but what's going to happen when the rubber meets the road?
Okay, voters rank Lamar as high as first, and then some didn't rank him in the top 10 at all. Where does Lamar Jackson belong?
I think 5's fair because of the roller coaster that is Lamar. At his best, he's an MVP. At his worst, we see what happens in the postseason. I'm cool with putting him at 5, not on the level of a Josh Allen or a Patrick Mahomes or even a Joe Burrow, but I have him ahead of guys like Dak and May and Goff.
Yeah, I think he's a top 5 quarterback. For anybody not to have him in the top 10 is absurd. When he's on the field, he can take control of a game by himself.
You know, talent, if you're going with talent, raw individual talent, he should be ahead of Stafford. But if you're not going on QB smarts and who knows how to run an offense, it's Stafford. And I think that's the debate, 4 and 5. And I think that's how you settle it. Okay, finally, who outside the top 10 will be in the top 10 next year?
This is a tough one because there are some candidates.
I wonder if we have the same name.
Well, I have 2.
Okay.
But I'm going to go with Jaden Daniels. If he could stay healthy, the question is going to be, like, who's he throwing the ball to? Like, Terry McLaurin is their best option, and he's a good option, but...
Do you know who their number 2 is?
Well, is it Debo? Is he still there?
No, it's...
The corpse?
I think it's going to be the rookie they took in the 3rd round out of Clemson, Antonio Williams.
Luke McCaffrey. Now, if Ayuk ends up getting his head on straight and ends up being in Washington, I think you're looking at Jaden Daniels when healthy. He's a guy that we saw can be very effective running the football and is very accurate downfield.
Great as a rookie, step back his 2nd year. I could see him getting back to it in year number 3. Bo Nix is my name.
Oh.
3rd year in the NFL. He was 3rd in the league in big-time throws a year ago. You got a Sean Payton offense, a good offensive line, and they added Jalen Waddle. I think he's in for a big year.
I'm starting to wonder if the Commanders did Daniels a real disservice with what they tried to push the chips in right away and win. They should have did more
trading on the offensive line.
They should have done more of a slow build, and I'm just getting like feelings. Is this RG3 all over again?
So the guy I thought you might say, and I was thinking he could find his way back into the top 10, is C.J. Stroud. C.J. Stroud had a tough year last year, and we saw what he did in the postseason. But I think if he zeroes in on some of the things that he needs to zero in on, if he's protected, I mean, we know that they upgraded their run game in David Montgomery. I still have questions about their offensive line. That defense is unbelievable. He's going to get a lot of opportunity. I think C.J. Stroud could have that season.
Well, the last 2 years, I believe Stroud was in this top 10, and then Daniels was. And I think that's why I think Drake May is a little bit premature being in there, especially over Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
There you go. Top 10. Don't you love list season? It means we're getting closer to the real season.
Yes.
It's 97.1.
Hey, if you're thinking about a new truck this month, you and I both know it. Ram truck should be right there at the top of the list. I got mine at the end of last month. The Ram truck lease deals at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are phenomenal right now. I've seen a Ram side by side with other trucks. I've driven a bunch of them, and I now own a Ram. For power, there's really no comparison. You could choose from Ram's legendary 5.7 Hemi V8, or you got two choices with the Hurricane engine, 420 horsepower. That's the one I chose, or the high output 540 horsepower Hurricane engine. Why would you trust any full-size pickup at any price with only a 4-cylinder engine? It's just, you're not going to get anything done with it. Plus, the full-size Ram 1500 is built right here in Sterling Heights. With Ram's 5-link coil suspension, all it's going to take is one test drive, and you're going to feel how much smoother a Ram is. And for comfort, I'm just going to tell you this. Go sit in a Ram, and you're going to feel the difference. Right now, the lease payments on a new Ram truck at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are phenomenal. So are their financing offers for well-qualified buyers. All you need to do is pull into your Metro Detroit Ram dealer today and tell them I sent you.
about a half hour away from the 2 Grand Slam. We did not have a winner while you guys were out.
No, did anyone come close?
No, we
5 or
usually only
6.
have 2 Grand Slam winners when you're out.
It's true.
Why did I put that on a tee for you? 725, your chance to win some money with us. Welcome back, both of you.
It's great to be back.
That makes one of us. We got some feedback coming in, and we do want to hear from fans on Jared Goff. Is he the best quarterback in the North, as ESPN's list of scouts, execs, and coaches say? John, you and I say, yeah, he's better than Caleb Williams, Jordan Love, and Kyler Murray, all of which who are more mobile than Jared Goff. We know that's coming.
Oh, yeah.
If only he could move. I gave the stat. In the last 3 years, most yards, most touchdowns, second highest quarterback rating. I'm sorry. He's the best in the North.
And when you're talking about touchdowns thrown and
101.
Well, and you're talking about yards thrown, it's not even close.
Yeah.
It's not even close. You're looking at, Caleb Williams. Last year he threw for, 500 yards more, 600 yards more than Caleb Williams. Same thing. Now, I'm not going to necessarily use the rookie season against Caleb Williams because he was a rookie and also had almost no coaching.
Right.
Game management was a question. But then you look at Jordan Love. Now, Jordan Love in 2023 had his best season of his career. 32 touchdown passes, 11 interceptions, and threw for over 4,000 yards. But the last 2 years, one, he's missed a couple of games, but 3,300 yards both seasons. And you're talking about Jared Goff having double digits more touchdowns every single year than Jordan Love.
Goff has come into his own. There's been a maturation process, and it's him growing in the game, but it's also the team around him getting a lot better. Mm-hmm. It's not a surprise when the Lions have been running the ball. It lets him be this play-action maestro. And I know every quarterback benefits from a run game, but not every quarterback is as good at play-action as Jared Goff. He's very smart. He's very accurate, very deceptive with play-action. And it's why I feel like it was such an important thing that this offseason they emphasized the offensive line and free agency and the draft. Their most expensive free agent and their most prized pick were offensive linemen. You get back to that, yeah, you're going to have a guy that was getting MVP votes again. And I'm not telling you he's better than Allen or Mahomes.
No.
But I'm just telling you what we have is plenty good enough.
We got a guy that's going to always be in the conversation.
Yeah.
I don't think he's ever going to win MVP, but he'll be in that conversation.
Yeah.
And I don't know that Kyler Murray, he's never going to be in that conversation. Caleb Williams may work himself into that conversation, but I think it's still a number of years away.
I'm selling some Caleb stock for this year with some offensive line questions.
Yeah.
With a tougher schedule, without a defense giving you a bunch of short fields on turnovers. There's just bumps and bruises when it comes to being a quarterback in the National Football League. I mean, Goff went through it himself. I'm not selling him long term, but I think there's a step back you're coming for Caleb and the Bears.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see because in terms of skill around him, they got plenty of skill, but in terms of protecting him, especially as a young player, I that's where I do have the retirement of Drew Dahlman. Mm-hmm. I think is number one. Now they tried to address it immediately, but they didn't replace it. Drew Dahlman with a Drew Dahlman.
Yeah, we know what that's like to have to replace your elite center.
Yeah.
I'm high on Kyler having a good year with Kevin O'Connell and Justin Jefferson, but I'm not seriously considering him as the best quarterback in this division either.
No, and it goes to like each of the last 2 of the last 3 years, he's missed significant time. And is he one of those mobile quarterbacks? Because when he's healthy and operating in a system that is built to support the quarterback because they can run the football, Kevin O'Connell is going to be able to use him as a runner. I don't think he's using him as he was in Arizona, but I do think that he could be the second quarterback in this division next year.
And for Minnesota, I mean, they got to get their offensive line healthy. They were battered and bruised a year ago. Darisaw missed like half the season. I know O'Neal missed some time too. Yeah. They're a team that I think we've seen what Kevin O'Connell has done with lesser quarterbacks. I feel like they're a team that could be frisky. I'm not saying that they're winning the North or Kyler's the best quarterback, but they're a team I'm circling as frisky.
And I'm curious more about the leadership ability of Kyler Murray. We've seen him pout on the sidelines. We've seen some issues. He's obviously he's manufactured a way to get a new contract as a starting quarterback. Yep. We heard, ghosting the Arizona Cardinals and removing him from social media, all those, different antics off the field. I am curious what his temperament is going to need to be. And is he far enough in his career now that he's in year 7? Is he able to, has he grown up enough to be the leader that he needs to be for Minnesota?
We haven't spent a lot of time on Jordan Love, but what do you
Why
make?
Would we?
Oh, okay. Done and done. We'll leave it for 2 to 6.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll hear enough Jordan Love at that time.
You guys are talking about the Vikings. I agree with a lot that you said, Jim, but I'm puzzled why they didn't upgrade their running back room.
Yeah, it is a little underwhelming. As someone who's already getting a little into fantasy football, what the hell is that running back
Jordan
room?
Mason's just a classic backup. He's done well in spot duty. Aaron Jones, man, is long in the tooth.
Still playing football.
It's like I just think they did Kyler a disservice. He has had a decent running back room the last few years in Arizona with James Conner. So I just, that makes me wonder.
Well, and that's a large part of Kevin O'Connell's offense is to be able to run the football. And I'm wondering if he's looking at, okay, well, we can get by with a subpar, running back room because let's put him as part of it. Well, Kyler Murray.
I think that will take a defender out of the traditional run game to account for Kyler if they run more option. I also think they got to bank on getting that offensive line a little more upright, and I think that'll unlock an extra gear, as we know here. Yeah. That's part of it, too, is they got to get those guys up front healthy.
They do, and that's going to be the key. Like we talk about Justin Herbert and the offensive line injuries that they had last year. I mean, they were decimated by injuries. We talk about all of these different quarterbacks, and going back to that list that we had, the top 10 quarterbacks.
Yeah.
It's hard to have a quarterback in the top 10. There's not a lot of great quarterbacks. There's only 32 teams. There's not a lot of great quarterbacks. So when everybody talks about, we need to upgrade Jared Goff, take a look around the NFL. Take a look around at number 13 and how big of a drop-off there is from where we are right now with Jared Goff versus who's 11, who's 12, who's 13.
Couple quick texts. Guys, I worry Herbert lacks something you can't measure, the it factor. Even when Detroit had Stafford, the other team feared that late game stuff. I don't think you see that with Herbert. Time for Burrow to prove something. He's about to be 30, injury-riddled career. And another says, I trust Goff to do the job and play his part. I worry that he could cost you with mistakes in big games. It's 97-1.
Brought to you by Northville Lumber. The Tigers will be well represented at the All-Star Game tonight in Philadelphia at Citizens Bank Park. Riley Green will bat 8th and play left field. He's a 3-time All-Star now, joined by other Tigers, catcher Dylan Dingler, the rookie Kevin McGonigal, an honorary pick, the future Hall of Famer ace Justin Verlander. Now, McGonigal grew up just 20 minutes from Citizens Bank Park in Philly. Last night at the All-Star Game was a very exciting home run derby. The Cardinals outfielder Jordan Walker took down the host city favorite, the Phillies' Kyle Schwarber, in dramatic fashion at the derby. Michigan basketball guard L.J. Kaysen has entered the transfer portal, the first Wolverine to do so since the departure of head coach Dusty May. Now, Kaysen missed the Wolverines' championship run with a torn ACL. He was first recruited to FAU by Dusty May, averaging 8 points a game last season, shooting 40% from three. And a lawsuit filed by former Michigan football assistant Chris Partridge accuses the school of working to hide details of the program's sign-stealing scandal. The lawsuit also alleges that U of M knew of ex-football coach Sharon Moore's affair years before it came to light. The lawsuit comes as the future of athletic director Ward Manuel remains in doubt. At the Corewell Health Sports Desk, I'm Luke Sloan.
$725, 2 Grand Slam. Got some feedback coming in on a quarterback list, top 10. That's what happens in the summer. They do this every year. Jared Goff is number 9. Number 1 was Josh Allen. Number 2 was Patrick Mahomes. Number 3 was Matthew Stafford. Rounding out the top 5, you had Joe Burrow and Lamar Jackson.
You think Mahomes plays week 1?
I do.
Do you really?
I do. Tom's nodding his head.
Yeah, the fact that he was in off-season programs with the Chiefs in June tells me he's coming.
That's become more of a 9-month injury now, hasn't it?
It has, in large part, and he's still young enough to have a recovery like that. I'm just curious as to how they're going to. Part of his big threat was the threat to scramble, and he wasn't going to run for 100 yards, but
he was their leading rusher quite a few times last season.
Yeah. And so, how does that affect Andy Reid's play calling and how they operate?
Well, I think they'd like to be able to run the ball better. Part of that's the thought that Kenneth Walker can come in and take some of that pressure off of.
I agree, but in the passing game, part of it was, hey, if there's nothing there, Patrick Mahomes makes something happen.
Yeah, part of the wizardry of Mahomes.
When you were talking about Herbert, man, it is really a lot like Stafford.
Yep.
When he was here, and he had Aaron Rodgers in his division, and just if that didn't happen, things play out differently. They just do. And the same thing is happening to Herbert with having Patrick Mahomes in his division and two of the best coaches in the NFL.
But doesn't it feel like this could be the year for Herbert? I know we've been seduced before saying that, but when I point out that Rashawn Slater and Joe Alt were both hurt last year, his tackles, getting both those guys healthy, they've invested in the running back room in Omari and Hampton, and that's the Harbaugh bread and butter, establish the run, protect your quarterback. Harbaugh said 2 years ago that it's his goal to win Herbert the MVP, that they want to set things up for Herbert to thrive. It didn't happen last year. It was kind of a year from hell for him. The talent is there. No one's ever disputed the talent.
And one of the things I love about Justin Herbert is when he goes out there and plays hurt, plays with a broken hand, plays with a cast on his hand at quarterback, obviously not his throwing hand, but that to me is like that. I love watching him play.
That's why I compare him to Stafford. He's like young, strong-armed, tough playoff losers who have all the talent in the world, and it's going to click before the end of their career. Right? That was the notion with Stafford. You're laughing. He was a loser. That's people said.
It's when you say it like that, it just makes me laugh.
But I never doubted that he had the talent, and I don't doubt that Herbert has the talent.
Yeah, the talent's certainly there.
Yeah. A couple quick texts. This one says, regardless of his age, Stafford is the best quarterback in football. Look at the production. He's getting better, D in Southfield. He's reigning MVP, so
it's hard to make that argument. Yeah,
hard to fight you on that one. The other quarterback we didn't bring up, Baker Mayfield, was not in the top 10. Fine with it?
Yeah, Baker's scrappy, and he's going to win some games he's got no business winning, but he's also going to lose some because of that scrappiness, and there's a little bit of a Brett Favre nature to his game.
I'd rather have Mayfield than Dak.
Okay. And Dak was 6th on the list.
I think that's crazy.
I think Dak to even be mentioned in this list, I think is ridiculous.
If he had snuck in top 10, I don't think I would have had a huge issue.
Yeah, if you're looking at 10 and you're debating Dak or Mayfield, I'd personally take Mayfield. It's a 50-50 debate.
How about Dak or Hurts?
Yeah, Hurts should be in the top 10.
I mean, yeah, I think there's two guys. Again, if Baker Mayfield was 10 and you took Dak off and you moved everybody else up one, I'd have no issue with that.
Anyway.
If you took Dak off.
Yeah,
Dak.
What did I say?
No, you said Dak.
Yeah.
No, you were good. Okay, here's the question. We have about
tip of the cap to you guys. Thank you.
We got about 10 minutes before we get to Heather's news of the 2 Grand Slams. So let me just throw this out there. The U.S. is out. I want to know if that means you are out. Because as we set the scene for today...
They're still playing?
They are still playing World Cup soccer, and I thought Greg had a great analogy. It's Duke, North Carolina, Kansas, and Kentucky in the Final Four. You have the big, heavy hitters with all the great players in the Final Four. This is exactly how you'd want it to go for the World Cup. John, are you in or are you out?
I'm out. I've had enough of watching grown men roll around on the ground. And where it really gets me is like the time clock in their head. The amount of times that somebody steps on a toenail and all of a sudden they're on the ground rolling around like their leg has been amputated, no foul is called, and then all of a sudden they're back up and running. It's miraculous. Like the amount of miracles that happen on a soccer pitch is remarkable. The healing powers of soccer.
Is it worse than basketball? Than the NBA?
Oh, it's way worse. Now, I mean, okay, we get upset about the flopping in basketball, but it happens, I mean, through the course of a game, you know, like if you're watching, you know, SGA, does it happen 7 or 8 times? Probably around there. You're watching LeBron, does it happen a handful of times? Yeah. On the soccer pitch, I don't know, does it happen 75 times in a game? And that may be an over-exaggeration, but it happens literally minute by minute. And there's 90 minutes. 75 might actually be an underestimate.
I don't consider myself a big soccer fan, but if you tell me I get France, Spain, England, Argentina, that's what everybody wanted to see. And now we get to see it in the
everyone
semis
that
and
knows
finals.
Something about soccer, sure.
Right.
And
Messi, Harry Kane, Mbappe. You got the stars of the sport, the best countries in the world.
All right, going into the World Cup, if you had asked me who are the top 4 teams in soccer, I have no idea. So I'm telling you this from someone who didn't care about soccer before. I cared about it because the U.S. was in it. Now that they're out, why would I care? Now, I may watch some of it simply because my wife is into it. It'll probably be on. Plus, I'm sure at some point we'll have to mention somebody won the World Cup.
Yeah, today, 3 o'clock, tomorrow, 3 o'clock, and then this weekend we'll have the final.
Oh, but there's also a consolation game.
There is on Saturday. Sunday will determine the World Cup winner. Greg?
Yeah, I'm still all in. This is one of the, I would say few. It's I can think of a handful of events that I can watch it just happily without, quote, my team in it. The NCAA tournament, it's better when Michigan's in it and wins it, but I can watch it without my team to root for. Like, it's almost like an idiot-proof tournament. I love it. Like, and especially when you have like this sort of, there's a nationality to it. There's a
flavor.
Yeah, like a flavor. There's a connection to it. Is what I enjoy about it. So yeah, I'm still all in. I can watch this.
I mean, I'm interested to see who wins. It's what I love about this, and it's Greg's way more of a soccer person than me. I'll watch some of these games the next 2 days. I might watch more if they're interesting. I'll bail if it's not. But okay, you have 2 of the best players in the sport, Mbappe and Messi, right?
Yep, they could go toe to
You've
toe.
got the 4 blue bloods, as you described, and comparing to the NCAA tournament. It's like, I respect what's happening here. 4 1 seeds are. It's like this is like the crown jewel Final Four of soccer, and it's the absolute best in the world in the biggest tournament in the world, and I'm definitely at least lukewarm interested in it.
I would compare it to a college football season that's been condensed to 6 weeks. That kind of intensity, that kind of connection with the fan bases.
Think about this. They've played the World Cup for about 100 years. Only 8 countries have ever won. 4 are still playing. It truly is the Blue Bloods. To Tom's point, if it's entertaining, like I wasn't super thrilled to watch Argentina, Switzerland, but all of a sudden that game's tied going down the wire. And John, by the way, they threw a guy out for flopping.
Yeah, I know. I did see that one. And great. But again, flopping is still a part of it. And yeah, which I thought was hilarious was, were you watching at the time?
Yeah, we had.
Did you see in the bottom left corner, they were doing the VAR and it came back as mistaken identity? That made me laugh out loud. Mistaken. They actually said mistaken identity.
Very meme-worthy.
Yes.
Yeah. So, look, we'll take a couple texts on it. 248-539-9797. The U.S. is out. Does that mean you're out? The World Cup? Never heard of it. 3 o'clock the next couple days, and then the final this weekend.
And it's, I think the storyline with England that they've had,
60 years?
60 years, yeah. And then I think, wasn't the last Euro France and England? And France won, I'm pretty sure. Okay. So to see a rematch of that's kind of cool.
Greg shaking his head.
I swear. Was that
Spain
semis?
Spain won the Euros.
I'm thinking semis then, I think.
Talking dollars?
Is there a rooting interest, real quick? Rooting interest, Greg?
I am enamored by the greatness of France.
Okay. Tom, are you rooting for this England storyline?
Yeah, because I like droughts to end eventually. Look, they're basically the Maple Leafs of soccer. Same amount of time.
Well, that makes me
one
not
more
want to
year
root for them. Once you compare them to the Maple Leafs, now
They
I'm like,
are. They feel like they're the best. They're a little entitled to thinking, but I like seeing droughts end. I think if England won, the celebrations would be something to see.
John won't watch. I'm not going to ask you who you're rooting for.
No. Just let me know when I can wake up.
Okay, will do. 248-539-9797. We got 2 Grand Slam coming up at 7:25. Heather's news as well. We will get into a story that requires help from my coworkers. And Heather, you are uniquely qualified to do so. We'll do that at 7:35. It's 97.1. Shaner Roofing. I've been telling you about him. If you need a new roof, if you think you might need a new roof, you got to check out Shaner. 30 years of trusted service, proven track record serving Michigan homeowners, and now they're bringing that 5-star quality to roofs, windows, and siding. Shaner, their thing, they're a family-owned company. Local family-owned business. They can treat you like family because they are one. They'll answer to you and not private equity. In terms of how they do it, I told you, if you think you might need a roof, have them out. There's a no-pressure promise. Forget high-pressure sales pitches. You get a true, honest assessment of what your home actually needs. If you don't need a roof, you're not going to put a roof on your home. Unmatched reputation. You don't have to take my word for it. 4.9-star Google rating. That's thousands of satisfied homeowners. You can check out what I'm talking about. Their reputation's been earned through decades of doing the job right. And I think this is a big selling point. Peace of mind. Every roof installation comes with a lifetime transferable warranty. Shaner's locally committed. Customers are getting bought out by investment firms. Shaner's here, that family-owned business committed to you. If you're ready to get started, get your quote today. MyMichiganRoof.com. That's Shaner Roofing, Windows, and Siding. MyMichiganRoof.com.
America's favorite place to watch all our great sporting events, and we've got football on the horizon. Start making your plans now to get to Stadium Swim. We're going to be there in August as a show. It's located at Circa Resort and Casino. Catch all the biggest games at a viewing experience built for sports fans. Chill in one of the 6 pools on 3 different levels for a perfect view of their massive 40-foot tall high-definition screen located at Circa Resort and Casino in downtown Las Vegas and is right there on Fremont Street. Stadium Swim. Book your spot today at circalasvegas.com.
Before the 2 Grand Slam, it's Heather with the news.
Well, good morning, guys. Today is shaping up to be one of the hottest days of the week with highs near 100 degrees, so get ready. And then they say with additional humidity, heat index values will be near 105 degrees at times. And for this reason, from noon until 8 p.m. today, all of Southeast Michigan will be under a heat advisory. So, of course, that means if you are outside, stay hydrated. Make sure you're taking breaks, whether that's in the shade or the air conditioning. Check on those who are sensitive to heat. And of course, don't leave your kids or pets in the car. They say temperatures overnight will drop only to about the mid 70s. We'll have another sun-filled day on Wednesday with highs in the mid 90s. Highs on Thursdays will be in
It's a nice way to put it. It's a sun-filled day.
Sun-filled day.
Yes.
Hot.
We love the sun, right?
We do.
Right.
We do. I love the sun.
Yeah, sure. I mean, I love the sun too.
Yeah.
Not when it's bearing
it-
down
yeah.
on us at 100 degrees.
Yeah.
Former Michigan assistant coach Chris Partridge has expanded his lawsuit against the university with some, I guess you could say, explosive new allegations. So Partridge claims that athletic director Ward Manuel and former university president Santa Ono discovered evidence of the whole Connor Stallion sign stealings operation in early 2023 during the separate investigation into Matt Weiss. And according to the lawsuit, that evidence was never reported to the NCAA or the Board of Regents. And Ono allegedly instructed university employees not to take notes during meetings into the investigation. Partridge says that he was used or became a scapegoat in the scandal. And so now he is suing the university, the Board of Regents, Manuel, Ono, and the Big Ten commissioner. Now, the amendment to this lawsuit also alleges Michigan administrators knew for years about Sharon Moore's relationship with a staff member before it became public. So this filing comes as questions continue to kind of swirl around Manuel's future. He did say, however, on Monday that there are no plans for him to step away as the AD.
Yeah, hard to keep track of all of the things, multiple things that may have been covered up here. I can't imagine the guy keeps his job. It just doesn't add up to me that all this happens under your watch.
Michigan public health investigators say they are zeroing in on lettuce and other salad greens as potential sources of that massive outbreak of that poop parasite.
Yes.
As I'll just call it. It's easier to say that.
Another reason not to eat salad.
I guess so. It's infected at least 2,640 Michiganders since June 22nd. Now, officials say they are still working to identify like a definite product or grower or supplier. But they say lettuce is this common product that regularly comes up during the investigation. They also say they are working with local health departments to conduct in-depth interviews with people who are testing positive for this parasite. They're trying to figure out exactly where it came from, but they do say because the incubation period is up to 2 weeks, and then with our complex food distribution networks across the state, that this could take a long time to complete the investigation. So
we have no idea when this is going to end.
No idea.
And in terms of lettuce,
Lettuce.
Is that iceberg, romaine?
Well, they say
any leafy
avoid
green?
pre-washed bagged lettuce. They say if you're going to go for lettuce, go for a full head of lettuce, wash it yourself, remove all the outer layers, wash the inside, before you're using any of that lettuce.
Seems like a lot of work.
So, like, I bought a bag of triple washed spinach yesterday. I should
You better
still wash it
quadruple
anyway.
wash it.
Okay.
Yes.
Wash it for a fourth time.
Okay.
Michigan's child population is shrinking. The state's population of children aged 0 to 17 fell by nearly 108,000 between 2020 and 2025. There were only 4 Michigan counties out of the 83 that saw the number of children increase over that 5-year period. But in every county, residents aged 65 and older grew as a larger share of the population. So St. Joseph County has the most kids between 0 and 17. They make up 23.5% of the population. And then Ontonagon County up in the UP has the lowest population of kids with 11.9% of their population.
Hey, we did our job.
Yeah. Yeah, you did.
You
did.
both
Yes.
did.
Well,
And-
in those 5-year
That's why I
periods.
said we.
Yeah, okay. I thought you meant you and Lisa. Hey, if you want to win $2,000, your chance to play the 2 Grand Slam is coming right up. Give us a call, 248-539-9797. Pitbull, Mr. Worldwide, and his fans just set a Guinness World Record at his concert in London this last Friday. They created the largest gathering of people in bald caps.
In
Like-
in what?
Bald
Like wearing
caps?
a bald, like to make themselves look bald. So Pitbull also,
I didn't even know that this was a
it
recorded.
was. He took
record.
part, even though he is bald. He also wore a bald cap himself. The official count was 22,141 people. And apparently these fans, they do this at his concerts. They wear these
They wear
bald,
bald
caps.
caps?
Yeah. And he said, quote, "It's a blessing and an honor to see all the baldies."
I never knew Tom was such a big fan of Pitbull.
Yeah, I mean, if you put a bald cap on a bald head, how does it stay on?
Well, it probably stays on even better because it's kind of like just
It just seems like it would like
sweaty,
slide off.
yeah. And speaking of being bald, Tom's not. Oh, here he is. There's surprising health benefits that come along with it. So this is great news. Analyzing men between the ages of 35 and 76, researchers found that those who had already begun losing their hair by age 30 had a 29% reduced risk of developing prostate cancer. And those who started balding even earlier had a 45% reduced risk of both aggressive and less aggressive forms of the illness.
Huh.
Here's the health. Yeah.
I was already losing it before 30.
Is that because of a reduction of testosterone?
Well, no, they don't know the exact link between the cancer and going bald, but they do believe that there is something with the male hormone. Yes, maybe yes.
All right, that's Heather with the news. Time for the 2 Grand Slam.
Well, I'm excited to play this game. I'm
Yeah.
hoping we can give away lots of money. Y'all know the rules. 60 seconds, 10 questions, $25 for each question answered correctly, and hopefully our contestant will walk away with $2,000.
That's Tom in Brighton. Tom, good morning.
Good morning.
How you doing, Tom?
I'm excited.
All right.
I can hear it in your
Should be,
voice.
Yeah.
Let's do this. So, Tom, if there's one you don't know, feel free to say pass. If there's enough time, we'll get back to it. But your time is going to start right now. Here we go. What city is hosting tonight's MLB All-Star Game?
Philadelphia.
Who is France playing today in the World Cup?
Germany.
This PGA golf major will begin on Thursday.
The Open.
Who played Roy McAvoy in the 1996 movie Tin Cup?
Pass.
Jacob Mizorowski plays for this MLB team.
Milwaukee Brewers.
Who currently leads the Detroit Tigers in home runs this season?
Dylan Dingler.
What state does Lake Ontario border?
Minnesota.
This band had the 1997 hit Karma Police.
Pass.
James Franklin is the head coach of this college.
Penn State.
Stan Kroenke owns this NFL team.
Pass.
Who played Roy McAvoy in the 1996 movie Tin Cup?
Pass.
This band had the 1997 hit Karma Police.
I got you with 4.
$100. The James Franklin one, you wish you could have just taken the words right back, right?
Oh, yeah. Immediately.
It's okay. We're not in football mode.
It's not your worst answer.
No, your worst answer was Minnesota.
Lake Ontario.
We'll get you a map. We'll help you out for next time. Hey, Tom, you're a good sport. You get $100 out of the deal. Appreciate you calling in and listening, all right?
Thank you. Yep.
Stay on hold. We'll get you paid.
Tuesday, 2 Grand Slam. Speaking of getting paid, it's David. It's brought to you by David Feminino. Feminino Law. Get David, get paid.
So Lake Ontario, for those maybe not as geographically inclined, is our most east lake.
Which is not in the area of Minnesota.
No. We'll go through it. Philadelphia is hosting the MLB All-Star Game. He
Got
was
that
1 for 1. Now, we all got a grin out of this. Who's France playing in the World Cup?
Germany.
No,
Oh,
it's
wait, no,
Spain.
they're not in it anymore, right?
Spain. We just talked about it. John's right. No one cares.
Yes.
The Open Championship. Yeah, we would have accepted that, or the British Open. We needed Kevin Costner as the answer for Roy McAvoy in Tin Cup. He got Jacob Mizorowski.
Yeah, we've been talking about him a little bit.
He should be starting. If it wasn't in Philadelphia, he probably would be starting tonight. By the way, he's into the Pokemon cards. His glove today is going to have a Charizard in the glove.
It's going to be charred.
Yes, because he's a flamethrower.
That's like the
John.
most
one of the most popular,
expensive, worthy.
Oh, okay. We'll put
Pokemons.
Pokemon cards right next to soccer and things I care about.
Dylan Dingler leads the Tigers in home runs this season. I'll just move on. John, which state does Lake Ontario border?
It's not Minnesota. New York.
No. Yep, sure
New
is.
York. Is that, in fact, Lake Ontario is the only lake that I've been on, but I have not fished.
Oh.
So looking forward to that someday.
I think Toronto, Buffalo, not Minnesota.
Right, yeah. Duluth.
The band that had the 1997 hit Karma Police.
That'd be Radiohead.
John, James Franklin doesn't coach Penn State anymore. Where does
He's
he coach?
at Virginia Tech.
Yeah, he sure is. He's a Hokie. Stan Kroenke owns which NFL team?
Would be the L.A. Rams.
Super quick, back to England and trying to break their drought in the World Cup, 60 years. If they do it as a premonition to the Lions doing it, because England is referred to as the three lions.
Oh. John? No?
I got
Not doing
nothing
it for you.
I got nothing.
I thought you'd be opposed to it as an American in our 250th year. We can't let England get a victory on U.S. soil. I'm trying to get him into
I know
it,
you're
people.
trying to get
Guys,
me,
I'm sorry.
ask me if I care. All right. No. I already told you that.
Coming up next, you guys are both back from vacation. I am planning one. I think you can both help me out, and I think the audience can really step up here. We'll do that next, 97.1. Good morning, 97.1. You guys just got back from a little vacay.
Yes. I was
Two
out
very
west.
different vacays.
Very different.
Yes.
Yes. It was when I was in Arizona. Did I text you guys that screenshot? Maybe I just only text my kids. There was we were driving around and it was 115 degrees.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm looking at it, I'm going, oh, is this just the car reading? Sometimes the car readings are a little bit off. So I pulled up the weather app and yep, confirmed 115 degrees. Hot.
And Heather, you went up north.
I went to the UP.
All the way up
all
north.
the way to the UP. Like as far as you can go.
Central time zone.
Yes. Basically in Wisconsin. Yeah,
Packer
where we went.
territory.
It was. It always, I mean, that's
it's gross.
I know.
Cheeseheads.
But
anyway.
beautiful scenery.
Oh, yeah,
You look
lots
forward
to
to
do.
it every year. Mm-hmm. So I would like the advice of both of you, because John, you lived in northern Michigan for a little bit.
I
right?
did. Almost
Yeah.
a decade. I live in Petoskey.
Well, that's good that you mentioned that. You guys can start the conversation, but I know our listeners will have suggestions too. I'm looking to take a trip before football season really gets going, and Kelsey and I are looking at northern Michigan. So Traverse City, Petoskey. She brought up Leland. Never been to Leland? It's like a little fish town. Have you been to-
Fish Town. Yeah.
You guys have been. Okay.
Been there.
So if I'm keeping my options open, but northern Michigan and up, where are the best places to go for an extended weekend before we get into the grind of football season?
So extended weekend. Are you leaving Friday, coming back Monday? You leaving Thursday, coming back Sunday?
I think it's going to be after a show Wednesday.
Oh,
I'll do
okay.
it Thursday, Friday, Saturday, come back Sunday, be ready to go Monday.
That's the perfect time to go up
Go
because
up. Go
yes,
up.
yeah. But
Go to
if you
UP.
leave Wednesday, if you leave Thursday, you'll have a little bit of traffic. Although sometimes they will start moving some of the construction, and then Friday they do move the construction, but you're going to have a boatload of traffic. And so Wednesday's the perfect day to be heading north. Sunday you're going to be screwed.
Yeah, we will be. Now this
Everybody
isn't-
else is coming home.
This will be in August. I don't know if that changes anything.
No.
Okay.
What kind of things do you want to do? Are you looking for a relaxing vacation? You want to have
Go
some
fishing?
drinks, go shopping, or do
Camping?
you want to go hiking and exploring? Like, what are you looking to do?
If there's camping, just let me know where the heated mattresses are.
Uh-huh.
No, with some outdoorsy stuff, I'm not someone who can just sit still for 4 days and do nothing. I think Kelsey would like it to be more relaxing, though, so a nice blend.
Okay.
I keep my options open because I know people are going to have their suggestions. How long did you live in Petoskey?
I was
John?
there for nearly a decade, and,
No kidding.
and so lived there permanent or full time from 2010 to about 2016, 17. But bought a place up there where I'd spend the off season since about 02.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, spent a lot of time up there. I absolutely, and I love it up there more in the winter than I do in the summer because everybody leaves and I get to enjoy all of northern Michigan pretty much by myself.
What's better, Petoskey or Traverse City?
Petoskey to me is better. Traverse City has more of your touristy things. Petoskey is not going to be as busy.
Like we could do a night and a dinner in Traverse City, maybe, and then
Yeah,
keep it moving.
my vote would be somewhere on the outskirts of Petoskey. So there's a lot of smaller lakes up there. I lived on Crooked Lake. You've got Burt Lake. You've got all of the the chain of lakes up there. So if you're going to rent a boat for a day, is that a possibility?
Yeah, we could. Yeah.
The chain of lakes, I forget what they call it now. Is it the?
Are you talking about like Central Lake, Intermediate Lake?
No. I'm talking about. It blows my
Bel Air.
mind, but it starts with Pickerel Lake. It's not actually a part of it, but you can get Pickerel Lake, Crooked Lake. Then you go down the Crooked River, and you get to Burt Lake. Go down to Indian River. You get to Mullet Lake, and then you get to Sheboygan River. You get out to Sheboygan and the Huron River. So you could do the entire
You
thing.
could do the whole
in a day, and then come back. You just have to make sure you get back before the lock closes.
You say that from experience?
Uh-huh.
Now, Heather's saying just keep going. Just
Yeah,
pass
go-
by
I-
all this, go all the way. Now, how far?
Have
I'm
you
not
ever
gonna
done
go-
the pictured rocks?
No.
I
So
mean,
I've
you could go
been
to
at UP,
Munising and
we've-
you could kayak the pictured rocks. You could go hiking. There's not as much like glamour up there as far as nice restaurants and things like that. It's more for the nature and the scenery. But if you've never done it, That's something to do.
Yeah, so years and years ago, pre-pandemic, we did Mackinac, like 4th of July. Then we came up to the UP. We did the Falls. But at some point we said, okay, we do have to get home. So we turned around and ended up going back downstate.
So you've seen the bridge.
Oh, yeah, been over the bridge, yeah.
Well, I mean, can't assume that with some of your other traits.
You know what? Fair.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, fair. I shouldn't be offended by that.
So I would argue Petoskey, not just because I live there, but it's a good launching point if you want to go south to Traverse City for a day, if you want to go north to the UP. I would certainly suggest going across the bridge and going to Clyde's. I love Clyde's, the Big C.
Wait, what's Clyde's?
Clyde's is a drive-in.
Restaurant.
Oh,
And
okay.
you can actually go in as well, but they have one of the greatest cheeseburgers I have ever had. And you can get it with anything basically you want on it.
So Kelsey claims when she was a kid, they stopped at Oswald's Bear Ranch in the UP. It's like a zoo for bears. Are you
Yes.
familiar with this?
Is it still there?
I don't even
I don't
know if
know
it's
if
still
that's
around.
there, but we finally went to the Garland Zoo on the way home.
Uh-huh.
That was pretty sweet, man.
If you see signs for the mystery spot,
Oh, yeah, it's
just
overrated.
keep it a mystery.
Okay.
I've been to the mystery spot. I haven't been since I was a kid. Now they have zip lining though.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, just keep going.
John says, don't ruin the mystery.
Yeah.
248-539-9797. I feel like everybody's got a spot up north somewhere, and I'm giving you a chance to call in and stump for it because we are keeping our options open. Want to do something in August before football season really gets rolling. Let's start with Jason in Royal Oak. Jason, good morning.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you so much for taking my call. Costa, you got to go to the not Petoskey. Petoskey is a great area, but you got to go to the Gaylord area. I'm telling you, you got to go to the Gaylord area. This is the gym of the east side of the state, northeast side of the state, man. And it's a great launching point for everything, even better, in my opinion, than like John said regarding Petoskey. You got to then do, the Asable River, do stuff in the Asable River. Right now, this week they're having Alpine Fest in Gaylord. Next week they're having, in Otsego, they're having some stuff too also. You got to go to Gaylord. People don't know about Gaylord, and we'd like to keep it secret, but people don't know about Gaylord. You have to go to Gaylord.
Yeah, we drove through
area.
it. When we went to Shanty Creek recently, we drove through there on our way up to Bel Air.
You went through Gaylord or you went through Grayling?
Or sorry,
not
Grayling.
Gaylord. If you went to Gaylord, you were way out of the way.
Excuse me. Yes.
If
You
you're
gave me a
going all the way
confused
up,
look.
you'll drive through Gaylord.
Yeah, no, yeah.
I think of it as like a golf. I used to go there with my dad and my parents for golf. So whenever I hear it, I think of like, oh, if you're a golfer, you can go there.
Sure.
I don't know what else there is to do, but apparently, something cool.
Yeah.
You're not sold.
I'm not sold. And so Gaylord, it's obviously, 75 goes right through it. And the northeast part of the state, like it's basically right smack dab in the middle.
Yeah.
And it could be a good launching point. It's right off of 75. You could get up to, and I think that's the reason why I say Petoskey is it's a little bit more off of 75.
Yeah, Petoskey's right on the water too.
It is. Yeah, you got Little Traverse Bay there, but we talk about launching points. Gaylord is nice because you can go both east and west because it's basically right in the middle. If you get over to Alpena, they have. They also have a shipwreck museum there, and you could take a glass bottom boat out to be able to see some of the kids used to have, like down here, you go to Greenfield Village. Up there, you go to the shipwreck museum.
So I feel like Alpena is slept on because most people focus on the other side of northern Michigan.
Yeah, the sunset side versus the sunrise side.
Yeah.
Alpena's nice. It's just not as developed on the east side of the state.
Right.
But Lake Huron's beautiful. You got Thunder Bay right there as well. I would suggest as part of your planning, no matter where you go, you plan to have a day on the water.
Oh, yeah, of course.
See, I would recommend that on Torch Lake. Torch Lake's like the Caribbean, the blue water. It's unbelievable. 18 miles long.
Okay.
Yes. It is long.
What city would you stay in to do Torch Lake?
Oh, you could do
There's lots.
Traverse. You could do Charlevoix. What's the big Is that not Big Rapids? What's
Elk Rapids.
Yes.
Elk Rapids.
Elk Rapids.
Elk
is
Rapids
kinda
got the
cool.
Swan.
Yeah.
248-539.
Grandpa Ty is from Elk
Oh,
Rapids.
is he?
Yeah. The old man that I took up to Canada.
So I knew this is how it would go. I'm looking down. Everybody wants to shout out their spot. I'm looking to do the vacation. You guys will have some great spots, some great recommendations. We'll keep the conversation rolling. 248-539-9797. It's 97.1.
Hey, lately it feels like the banking world is constantly shifting. Got mergers, name changes, and digital-only apps that don't know your face or your neighborhood. But in Michigan, one thing's not changing. It's the commitment that First Merchants Bank has to our local communities. I've been banking with First Merchants Bank for a number of years now, and it's about more than where I just keep my money. It's about the impact I see them making every single day. And here's what I'm talking about. Real boots on the ground work with local nonprofits that keep our cities vibrant, and down payment grants that help our neighbors finally unlock the door to their first home. First Merchants provides high-level service delivered by local people who live, work, and shop right here in the great state of Michigan. They're not just passionate about banking, they're passionate about helping our state prosper. So why settle for a bank that just sees a zip code? Bank with an award-winning team that truly cares about your community. All you got to do is visit firstmerchants.com. That's firstmerchants.com today to find a branch near you. First Merchants Bank, helping you prosper. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
great suggestions. Not good, great suggestions pouring in. Your spots. As I'm looking to take a vacation before football season, sometime in early to mid-August, I want to go northern Michigan. Maybe even Upper Peninsula, as Heather continues to stump for. 248-539-9797. Our starting point was maybe a Petoskey, where I know John lived for a long time.
Yep.
Traverse City is always a hot spot. But then people are shouting out Torch Lake, Higgins Lake getting some love.
Oh,
Higgins Lake is nice. There's not a lot around it. Higgins Lake is awesome, but then if you want to go out and do some shopping and drinking and eating, and I feel like that's more limited there.
Yeah, but I also think if you're going up north,
I know,
I
but
don't know that shopping unless you're
Traverse
going to
City,
a small,
though, you get all of that.
Yeah, that's why I would say
Saugatuck, you get that if
Petoskey
you're going
or
west.
even keep going north.
Yeah.
Depends what you want.
We'll get some calls. Tex says, I'm leaving for Pictured Rocks on Saturday. Never been any suggestions. That's probably pointing more at Heather, right?
Yeah, well, I've been to Pictured Rocks and absolutely loved it. I would suggest if that's your destination, you're going to spend multiple days there. You could take the boat tour one day, but you have to take the kayak tour.
You have to kayak.
It's not necessarily a tour. You just do it by yourself. But
Well, you're with a group. It is a tour, kind of.
Yeah.
There's somebody there with. I mean, you can kind of go off on your own, but
unless you have your own
there.
kayaks, yeah.
No, we've done the kayak like together and survived. We're still married, so I think we could handle that.
That's great. I still suggest single kayaks.
Do you?
Yeah.
Do the double, though. For the tour, it's more fun. You're right there with each other. Then, if Kelsey kind of
Drifts away.
Kelsey! You're all together. You're together. You're experiencing it together.
No. It's a little further. Keep going. Keep going.
Bye.
Yeah. Wish I'd tried that trick a number of years ago.
God, let's get to the phones. Michael, good morning. You're on 97.1.
Good morning, guys.
How you doing?
Good. How are you guys?
Great.
Good.
So, cookies for your trip. If you're going to the UP and you want a good burger, John, I know you love Clyde's and St. Ignace, but you got to go to the Sioux and go to West Pier. You can see the locks and take the locks tour as well.
The locks are really cool.
I actually think that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, and it is a great burger. If you're going there, it's to me that's the place you got to go.
Yeah, if you're going to the Sioux, you got to go to West Pier.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Michael, we'll put it in the list of consideration.
And they've got a new lock being built, so you get to see it under construction.
See, that was always you learn about it in school, fascinated by how they're able to do that. To actually go up and see it would be pretty cool.
Yeah, and the tour is really cool as well.
Yeah. Jamie in Berkeley, good morning. You're on 97.1.
Good morning. You've seen them on the back of car windshields, the M22 tour from Arcadia, the Arcadia Bluffs Golf Course, all the way through the Sleeping Bear Dunes, Glen Arbor, Northport, and back down the other side through Sutton's Bay. Ton of great wineries, trails to hike, great beaches, great lakes, shopping, total package for you and your bride.
Yeah, that sounds
one.
all-encompassing. Get a little bit of this, a little bit of that.
Mm-hmm. And nothing better than more whining.
We'll get some wine up there, right?
Yes.
He brought up the dunes.
The dunes are awesome.
You've been there, right?
I don't think I've done Sleeping Bear Dunes.
Oh, the dunes. The dunes
I've done
are really
dunes
cool.
on Lake Michigan on more of the west side of the state, but not up
that way.
Yeah.
And it's especially if it's. I mean, up there you don't necessarily. Some days you have to worry about some of the heat. The sun is be beating down on you, as well as obviously reflecting off the sand. But it's a hike up.
Yeah.
But it's a great view once you get up there, and a great beach on the other side.
Cindy, Grosse Pointe, what advice? What's your spot? You're on 97.1.
Hi, I'm calling to recommend Marquette, Michigan. It's worth the drive, 6.5 hours from Detroit. It's got numerous Airbnbs, hiking trails all over the place, lots of waterfalls that are within driving distance, Pictured Rocks kayaking, and there's a rock there you can jump off for swimming called Black Rock.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Heather's talked about it.
And it's fabulous. And then there's Black Rocks Brewery downtown Marquette that's got bands every night, sitting outside. Great place for entertainment, and everything's walkable. Even the beach on Lake Superior is walkable.
Yeah, I feel like I've had some of the beers from Black Rocks, like you see them in grocery stores.
Yeah. And I believe Marquette is one of the very few Hardee's left
Yes,
in the
it
state
is
of
still
Michigan.
there.
Yes.
Oh, is it
We
really?
passed it on the way up north.
Uh-huh.
We stayed in Marquette for one night on the way up this trip. We always stay somewhere different. But
It's the biggest city in the UP? Would you say?
No, I would think St. Ignace, maybe the Sioux. The Sioux Ste. Marie is probably the biggest.
But you see more
Escanaba.
people out
Okay.
and about there, I think.
But you got to see Escanaba in the moonlight.
You proud of yourself? He's very proud of himself. 248-539-9797. You swear by the UP.
I love the UP. I mean, I grew up going there. My family is from the UP, so we go there all the time.
Like every year, for how many years have you been going up? Or did you guys
we
have
only go every year because our cottage is in Ironwood, and it literally takes about 10 to 11 hours to get there. So it is for us. One year we went twice because we went skiing up there, but we go once a year. That's all I have time for.
She said 6 hours to Marquette. That felt light.
No, that's about right.
Okay.
That's about what we did on the way up. We stopped at Marquette, stayed overnight, and then continued on.
Yeah, it should be about 4 hours to the bridge and then probably
Yeah.
2
About
hours
6.
to get over to Marquette.
Yeah.
I suppose it's different because you've been telling us about your story with these kids that have to use the
Well,
bathroom
it's
every
tough
15
traveling
minutes.
with the kids. Oh my gosh. We left our cottage at 9. We didn't get home till 11 p.m. We did it all one drive with both kids, and they had to pee. I swear, even though we'd stop and like, okay, we're all going to go potty. I don't have to go. Get back in the car. I need to go potty.
Oh, well,
We'd pull
even
over on the
if I hear
side.
I don't have to go, you're still going.
We would. We'd make them go potty. Well, they wouldn't go. I mean, you can't like force them to pee, but you make
We're
them
sitting
try.
here until you do.
When we do the pee on the side of the road thing, and that got a little messy, so we're like, all right, we're going to stop it. We were stopping every 10 minutes, I feel
Yeah.
like. It took
It's just
forever.
training for later, though. I mean, grow a bigger bladder.
Stop drinking water. Don't eat.
Don't hydrate your kids.
Text says Drummond Island, favorite place in the world. Take a car ferry across Lake Huron. It's the most beautiful island.
Yeah.
Have you guys been there?
No.
I have
I mean,
been there, yes.
You have? I have not.
Yes.
So how big is the island? What do you do when you're there?
Golf. I think of
Okay.
golf. I always think of golf.
Fish.
Fish.
Somebody texting Great Wolf Lodge in Traverse City.
No.
I got it. It made me think, is that a couple's thing to do?
No.
It's like my
Great Wolf Lodge?
nightmare.
No. If you have
Absolutely.
kids.
You have to have kids to go to Great
Oh
Wolf
my
Lodge.
gosh. I would pay to see the Costas at Great Wolf Lodge.
They get
The
big
people who
bucket,
go on vacations to
jumped
avoid
on-
children are going to go to Great Lake
Yeah,
Lodge. Yeah,
uh-huh.
Great Lakes Lodge. No, thank you. It says, Jim, I used to live outside Gaylord. Don't stay there. It's a nice place, but there's nothing to do. It's at least an hour away from anything you'd want to go see.
It's a launching point. Like if you were going to stay there, you would, I mean, there's plenty of stuff to do there. Just, I don't think it's things that you want to do. Hartwick Pines is down in Grayling.
Yeah.
So, and it's, I don't know, maybe 15, 20 minutes off the highway. It's a great destination to go to. Natural forest.
Traverse City, a lot to do for a young couple. You have some downtown rooftop bars and stuff. You can still go to the Peninsula Experience, Leland, Sutton's Bay, all within a drive.
Yeah, it's just there, especially on the weekend. Traverse City is great, but it's just the traffic and the people.
So
People
I'm
are
curious.
nice. There's just too many of them.
We are now up there. People are listening to us in Traverse City. I
Yeah.
have heard it's been overrun with tourism, like more than ever before, and it's become off-putting. I don't know if the people up there can back that up, or if people who have recently gone up there can say it's just gotten overrun.
I wouldn't say it's off-putting. I would just say it is more congested. It's probably the most congested you're going to find for an up north trip.
Yeah, I would say it's almost like the cookie cutter destination. You can get better experience and have more time other places. Okay. Like you're going to spend time in traffic up there. And I know we got this text a few months ago, but from the flooding up there, that some roads had to be reconstructed and it was going to be a major problem. I can't confirm that.
Well,
but
I can confirm it. There are a lot of roads that aren't reconstructed, so you've got to take a lot of detours, and it just takes longer to get to where you want to go.
like if you're right at the heart of the bays, it's congestion city.
97.1.
Brought to you by National Benefit Plans. There will be 4 Tigers at tonight's MLB All-Star Game in Philly. Riley Green will bat 8th and play left field, being joined by rookie Kevin McGonigal, who grew up just 20 minutes from Citizens Bank Park, catcher Dylan Dinger, and the Legends pick Justin Verlander. Now, this is the end of what will be a Hall of Fame career for JV, but it has been an injury-riddled season. He talked about what went into the choice to retire. Verlander won't play tonight. All-Star Game starts at 8 in Philly. Meantime, last night's home run derby at the All-Star Game did not disappoint. The boos rained down on Cardinals outfielder Jordan Walker. He hit 6 straight bombs in the final round to beat Kyle Schwarber, repping the host team Phillies. Michigan basketball guard L.J. Kaysen is in the transfer portal. He's the first Wolverine to do that since Dusty May left for the Dallas Mavericks. And Chaz Lanier with another big night for the Pistons in the Summer League last night. The former Tennessee Volunteer nailed 8 three-pointers to account for his 24 points. The Pistons fell to the Knicks at the Thomas and Mack Center in Las Vegas, 86-75. At the Corwell Health Sports Desk, I'm Luke Sloan. For more, go to 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
By the way, pleasantly surprised. I tuned into the Home Run Derby. We'll get some time for that later. I love the new format. I didn't always love Netflix presentation. I don't know if anybody watched it because it was on Netflix, but I thought it was a stellar Home Run Derby. We'll find time for it. We got to get some feedback and some phone calls in. Shout out your spot. I'm looking to go somewhere, northern Michigan, maybe UP. Heather's making a case. We want to hear from you guys. 248-539-9797. Text says, limit your choice to 3 cities. Dylan and Royal Oak. Well, I started with Petoskey, Traverse City, Leland, kind of in that area. We've expanded the list because you guys have some great suggestions.
Ludington is also a great destination.
I've done Ludington.
You got the House of Flavors right there, ice cream shop, great food. The beach is great. And again, it's a launching point because you also have, is it not Sterling State Park? That's down here in
Silver
Lake.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So you got the dunes up there as well. And I don't know that your golf cart would be very useful on the dunes, but you can take a car out on the dunes.
Okay. Thank you. East side of the state is awesome. Tawas, Escoda, great areas along Lake Huron. Another person said, I don't know what happened to Alpena, but it's become a ghost town now.
Didn't somebody call in and say that area?
Well, it was Jason that was talking about Gaylord being on the east side of the state.
Yeah. This text says Petoskey, tunnel of trees. Yeah. It says delicious Polish food, super cool buildings.
Well, so you get the Polish food, you got legs in up the tunnel of trees. But I will say this, and I don't know, I haven't heard from my buddies up there. The tunnel of trees, the road was washed out.
Oh.
And so I
Isn't
don't
it
know
better
if
in the fall anyway.
Well, sure. I mean, it's up north is to me is best in the fall because of the colors, because of the temperature, everything. Hunting.
The average cost of a home in Petoskey now is north of $1 million. It's become the foo-foo rich guy up north town. More people, more corporate. Well, that's the complaint we were just getting about Traverse City. Interesting.
Yeah, but you're not buying a place up there.
No,
you're just going to visit.
Stay for a couple days. Yeah. Cheeseburger Festival in Caseville. It's August 15th through the 23rd. That's kind of around the time we're looking. But here's the thing.
Festival.
But I've done it. Like my family.
You did the
cheeseburger festival? Yeah, because
look at you.
A place you haven't done that I've done. Well, that's only because I have family that grew up in Port Austin, which is right up in the thumb, and Caseville is like the neighboring city. So we drive up there in the summer and spend some time in the thumb.
Yeah. Caseville is usually where they have the state championship event for weightlifting.
Oh, really?
Yeah, fun fact.
Anyway. Steve, I want to get to your phone call. Heather did look at this. Did you call this a little overrated?
No, it's really cool. The Kitchitikipi is very cool. Oh, is he going to talk about it?
Yeah, he was, but I wanted to set the stage here. Steve, go ahead.
Morning, guys.
Good morning.
Kitchitikipi. So, born and raised in Munising. So, I think that's a good starting point if you come up to the UP, if you're going to go to Munising and do pictured rocks. Now, the one thing you guys didn't mention was the Riptide. Now, it doesn't take you out along all the pictured rocks. It takes you around Grand Island, which has rock formations as well. Just not many people know that. That's a great spot. And then, of course, I heard some other people, all my family moved from Munising down to Ludington. That area right through there, I heard another caller talking about it. Fantastic. We were just up there 2 weeks ago on our family vacation and did Glen Arbor and stuff, which is also, talking about your bride, that's where my wife and I got engaged, was Glen Arbor. So
that's awesome.
But, I had to shout out the UP. There is several good restaurants. You just got to know some of the locals up there if you're going to be in the Munising area.
Yeah.
Foggy's, and then there's a bunch of breweries there in Munising too. Excellent beer, food, everything like that.
Okay.
So I'll let you guys talk about it.
Yeah, I'm glad to hear you stump for it because, Heather, you were saying it could be touristy.
Where?
Kitchikippy.
Oh, Kitchikippy. It's cool to go do. When I went, it was packed, and I don't love waiting a long time for, I like hiking and seeing a waterfall, and you can go and do this kind of at your own pace, and you're not surrounded by groups of people. When I went,
incredible
there
as
was
I Google it.
A ton of people. Maybe it was the day I went, so there was a lot of waiting.
Is this what it looks like? That's
incredible.
incredible.
And you go out on a boat. It's like a glass bottom boat, so you can see everything. It's cool. It's worth doing. But when I went, there was a ton of people there, and it was a long wait.
I love. We need people to call it who's touristy, like what is we all have this idea of what's touristy.
It's a good point.
But do you admit you're touristy?
Well, John's the least. He's going the most rural. Right?
Yeah, I mean, if you're there on vacation, you are by definition a tourist.
Yeah, I'm not turned away by the idea that there would be other people at these places. I want to go places that people want to see.
Those places are normally really cool, which is why there are a lot of tourists there.
Which is why I think for you and what I believe I know about you and your wife, I think a lower peninsula up north destination where you can launch from is probably best because I think our version of what we want to do up north is probably very different.
I mean, UP and rural stops and you're fishing. And, we're not going to do that, but we want enough outdoors. The launching point is probably the best way for us to do it.
Yeah.
And I'm open to as many launching points or places that we'd launch to from the launching point.
Yeah.
And I think that's been coming in really now for about half hour plus. So we'll keep taking some phone calls. 248-539-9797. We did see a text from someone who says, do not do the tandem kayak unless your marriage is very strong.
Okay, but the ones for the pictured rocks are big sea kayaks, and they're made for that. They're not going to tip over in them, and you can work together to row.
Sure. I just think it would be, to me, it's just more fun to have control of your own kayak, and your wife can row by herself.
Oh, no, but then you get the cute little selfies. She's right there with you. No,
she can be right next to you.
No.
Yeah.
Do the double.
Yeah, then I tell you what, go to Mackinac Island and do the tandem bike and see how much your wife actually pedals.
I would like to stay on the island. I've gone to the island. I would like to stay on the island.
Oh, if you stay on the island, the Iroquois is a great place to stay. Grand Hotel.
Yeah, but isn't that expensive, the Grand Hotel?
Yeah, at this time of year, sure. Everything is going to be expensive up there.
Yeah. No, it's an initial searching for anywhere to stay up there. I'm I was a little surprised by some of these prices.
Get your couple drinks at the Pink Pony.
There you go. Who's been waiting the longest here? / what haven't we hit? Actually, I asked for this kind of phone call. Toby in Traverse City. You're on 97.1.
Good morning, guys. Appreciate the show. Appreciate you taking my call. I've lived here all my life, and the traffic is crazy.
Where's
we
here?
Have a bridge go out. It's kind of jacked up this year. It's worse than ever.
Traverse City.
Okay.
Yeah, but there are a lot of amazing things to do. But if I'd go with that dude that said to come up 22. Honestly,
that sounded really good.
That's a great side. It really is. From Ludington all the way up, it's pretty cool. There's a lot of different things to do. Then you could always work your way up to Fishtown as well, and
there
then
you
bring
go.
it back down.
Yeah, because we had talked about Fishtown as kind of a slow things down, take a little bit of time over there. Leland, Michigan.
Yeah.
Roger, now you're speaking my language. Something to do with hockey? Roger and Livonia, you're on 97.1.
Hey, Jim. Good morning, guys. Heather, John, rather, sorry. Hey, I'm the teacher from Churchill that dropped that off to you last week.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
Yeah. Hey, US 41, the birthplace of hockey in America, on US 41, and they have D Stadium. It's the sixth oldest hockey stadium in the world, indoor hockey stadium. It's between Marquette and Copper Harbor. So if you go that far, just travel up to Copper Harbor, hit the Jam Pot, and relax for the day up there and turn around.
Yeah, I think that'd be awesome.
And on a side note, I want to thank you guys in your 2 Grand Slam for being an inspiration for my wife and I to do a turn and burn to go to London to see The Who, which is my favorite band, based on one of your questions on the 2 Grand Slam.
Oh.
So triple lifetime ever, my wife and I.
Okay.
When Heather asked,
Awesome.
when Heather asked where's Stonehenge, that was it, man. My wife and I got tickets and we flew to London to see him at Royal Albert Hall.
That's awesome.
Look at that.
Yeah, because all because of you guys, seriously.
Okay.
And that question.
All right.
Thanks,
Thanks,
for
Roger.
it. Yeah, thanks, Raj.
All right.
Appreciate it.
True inspiration.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
You never know where you're going to find it.
Shh, don't give away any more UP secrets. It'll attract more tourists. Signed, Kate. I knew there was going to be a little pushback on that. Don't give away my spot. I'm not calling in and giving
There's
it away.
plenty of spots up there.
But they're definitely getting busier.
Are they?
But that's
I've
great.
noticed. Yeah. No, it's great for the businesses. It's great
Sure.
for, yes.
Yes, it's great
just
for
not
the small
for-
towns. It's great for
Yes.
the businesses.
It is good for that.
Yeah. Because people do leave. And they're not there in the fall. They're not there in the winter, which is why it's a great place to be in the winter.
So what do you do up there in the winter?
Ice fish.
Ski,
Yeah, you can ski. Yeah.
snowmobile.
Yeah. Snowmobile to ice fish. It's even better. Lake Ogeebic. That's another place up in the UP.
Oh, boy. Jared, you're next. You're on 97.1. Good morning.
Hey now, the answer is Mackinac Island. That place is fantastic. I can't believe, or at least I haven't heard anybody mention it yet.
Yeah, sparingly, it's come up.
But the key point is you can't stay in Mackinac City and then take a day trip over the island. You have to stay on the island for the weekend.
Yeah.
Because
See, I did
during the day-
what you said. We stayed and then came over for a day. I would rather stay on the island.
No, because during the day it's butts to nuts, but once that last ferry leaves the island, it turns into a ghost town, and it's so relaxing and so nice. Just you can bar hop. It's great.
Yeah, I'm interested in doing it. I don't know if it'll be this trip, but I definitely want to.
Yeah, if you're, I tell you what, if you're going to the island, this hit me, and you're in Mackinac City, you got to hit the Keyhole Bar. You want to talk about a great dive bar.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, and I know there's a topic we're going to do later about what makes a great dive bar.
Yeah. Maybe later this week.
Yeah, the Keyhole Bar in Mackinac City, I believe it's still there. It's been a number of years since I've actually been up there, but
Yeah,
it's
have you stayed on
the
the
great
island
onion
itself?
rings. I have. That's
Okay.
why I talk about the Iroquois.
That's right.
How
long ago? Because I haven't been up there since the pandemic.
I haven't stayed a night on the island probably in, gosh, I mean, I've been down here longer than I can remember,
Yeah.
but it's probably in 2015.
Okay.
So 10 or 11 years.
Yeah. Hey, this has been great. We'll wrap up some more of your final thoughts on this. We will get to Heather's news, and then there's a list. Oh, it's list week, right? I mean, All-Star break. Things are slow in sports. ESPN has their top 10 quarterbacks, and they talk to execs, they talk to scouts, coaches. Jared Goff, his placement, and some other big storylines. New number one. We'll get to all of it coming up at 8:35. It's 97.1.
Hey, you could be a great driver doing everything right and still get hit, and you probably never even saw it coming. That's life on the road, especially with more people out in the beautiful weather. It's hotter today, but still beautiful. You got bikes, motorcycles, summer traffic's picking up, constructions everywhere. If you're injured, call David Feminino and the Accident Response Team. They're going to help you right away, and David will fight to get you what you deserve. When you're in an accident, get the right team in your corner. Give them a call at 855-65-CRASH. That's 855-65-CRASH, or on the web at getdavidgetpaid.com.
Got 3 Tigers in the All-Star game tonight. Riley Green in the starting lineup. Home Run Derby last night. We'll get to it at 9 o'clock. I was pleasantly surprised. I've kind of been bored with the Home Run Derby. That was thrilling.
It was great.
The crowd, the new format, the finale. Unfortunately, it was on Netflix, so I'm not sure if anybody listening actually watched it. We'll get to it at 9:02. And at 8:35, we're going to talk some quarterbacks. This is the dead of the summer. ESPN put their list out. We have some questions, not just where Jared Goff was placed, but some of the other quarterbacks in the NFL as a changing of the guard may be taking place. That's at 8:35. John, we got some phone calls to knock out here on
let's do it. I love talking the state of Michigan.
Yeah. Well, you know how this goes. I mean, everybody's got their spot. Maybe they
sure.
just were there or they're going later this month.
The great thing about Michigan is you have so many options. If you want to go up north, whether it's a launching point or it's a destination, there's so much to do. And a lot of people do pick one spot where they go to every single time. Yep. But we also want to hear, okay, if you go to that spot every single time, and maybe it's Petoskey, maybe it's Traverse City, what are some of the things that you do from there?
Right, because you've talked about you got to know your audience. Like me, I'm not going to go to the remote wilderness for 4 days.
Right.
We're going to try to use a Traverse City or a Petoskey as a launching point. And now people are going, that's become too touristy. Don't go there. Fine, tell me where to go from there. Or maybe blow up the plan entirely and suggest somewhere else that I might be sleeping on. Let's get to Scott in Rochester Hills. Scott, you're on 97.1.
Good morning, everyone. Hey, I don't know if you guys have had anybody mention the Tequamanon Falls.
Yes.
But those are absolutely beautiful. And within driving distance, maybe a half hour or so, there's also a little bear ranch that they do bear rescues. And they have a number of them there. And when we were up there last, we were able to sit there and actually have a bear cub sit in our lap as they were taking pictures.
Okay, so I've heard stories from my wife, who I think went when she was younger, the bear ranch up there.
Yeah. Scott, have you been to Tequamanon Falls this year?
Not this year, we haven't.
Heather, did you guys go?
No, we didn't go this year. It depends on which way we're headed up. But
I'm just curious as to what the new boardwalk or viewing platform is like.
It was under construction when I went last.
Yeah, that's what was happening with us as well.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Scott.
I've seen the falls. They're beautiful. There's much of the UP that I still need to get to. But that's something you could definitely check off on your way around the UP.
Mm-hmm. And there's a restaurant and brewery right there, if I remember right?
I don't know. I was pregnant, so I didn't partake in any. We just went and saw the falls. The last time I was there, anyway. But could be. There's breweries, a lot of breweries up there.
Was that with Brooks or Emily?
Emily.
Oh, okay. So it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Let's get to Scott in Redford. Scott, good morning.
Hey, guys. And John, I absolutely love Keyhole Bar as well.
All right. It's still there, operating, right?
Last time I was there, it was, and that was like 3 years ago.
Okay, great.
So, yeah, I've been going there since the 90s. But I was going to suggest Indian River because that's a good launching point. You're like 30, 40 minutes from Mackinac, or like an hour or so from Traverse City. And it's a good launching point, and there's a lot to do there. I stayed at a resort called the Landon, and it's right on the river between Burt and Bullet Lake. You can rent boats, you can rent fishing boats, pontoons, rent kayaks as well. It's a really nice place. And
yeah, I'm looking at it. I mean, you got the 2 lakes there right off of 75, and you're right. It's centrally located. We can go anywhere from there.
Mm-hmm.
It's right off 75, and it's even being right off 75, it's centrally located, but it's not like Traverse City.
Right.
I like going. I lived in Houghton Lake for about 6 or 7 years, and when I would have to take my father to the hospital in Traverse City, I felt like I was down here.
Right.
So,
you didn't really get away if you're going up there.
No, exactly. You feel like you're still in Metro Detroit, basically, because how built up it's become.
You're like, how did I end up in Northville? This is weird.
Yeah, right? Yeah, it felt like the main road that runs right through town. It feels like you're on Ford Road with all the traffic.
Gotcha. Yeah, you take a left and you're in Canton. You go, hold on now.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you need to go get supplies and stuff, Traverse City is nice, but I wouldn't recommend staying there if you're trying to get away,
Well, yeah, I think
you like pizza, right?
I do like pizza.
So, he just dropped off. Vivio's is a great pizza spot.
Vivio's, is it like it's not Detroit style? It's probably like a classic.
Yeah, it's just classic pizza. Yeah, and it's one of those spots. It's right outside of Burt Lake State Park. It's right on the edge of
where he was talking,
Indian River. Yeah.
Okay,
the city of Indian River.
Yeah. We got a lot of different ways we're going to play this. I mean, we could home base in a place like Traverse City, but you probably pay more, or we could home base a little smaller and then drive into a Traverse City. But it doesn't have to be Traverse City. I mean, I think that's why I was looking at you, because you lived in Petoskey for so long. Or we hit both, or we do.
Yeah.
We only have so much time, though. I think it'll end up being about 4 or 5 days.
Yeah. So it's one of those things, too, where no matter where you go, you get your, hopefully your Airbnb or your hotel room, whatever it is, and then you start mapping out your spots. Okay, hey, if you stay in Petoskey, we're going to go down to Traverse City, or, we're going to do the sleep, because you can still hit the Sleeping Bear Dunes from there, then go back up and, spend a day in Petoskey. Maybe the next day you hit the UP, or it's Mackinac Island. There's a lot of different things you can do.
Zigzag around. All right, we are going to get to that QB list at 8:35. Talk a little bit about golf afterwards. Home Run Derby at 9:02. Let's get to Heather with the news.
Well, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
So there's residents that live in this Macomb Township neighborhood, and they say they were just rudely jolted awake in the middle of the night because somebody was launching fireworks directly at their home. This wasn't somebody just doing fireworks in their front yard. This was directly at their house. It happened near 22 Mile Road and Card Road, and these residents say it caused property damage, left debris scattered in their front yard, and thankfully there were no injuries, because they say it could have been far worse. There's one woman who lives in this neighborhood, Diane. She says she and her husband were asleep when they started to hear these blasts right around 2 a.m. She said their house was shaking, and it was so bad. There's surveillance videos that apparently did catch the suspects running down the street after they threw more fireworks at some nearby homes. So obviously the police are involved. They are investigating.
But what's the sense? What good reason to even bother? For laughs? I mean, what are these like?
What's
I don't
exactly?
Get it.
I mean,
you
could ask this for anything that people do like this. Yeah, I mean, I don't.
We have no idea. Are these younger people?
I don't know. We'll find out. So there's been a lot of speculation about the future of Michigan Athletic Director Warde Manuel, but for now, he says he's not going anywhere. He says that he is staying at Michigan, and there are no plans for him to stop serving as AD in the near future. Obviously, that's what he says. We'll see what happens. There's so much going on. I've been talking a lot about, in other related news, that whole expanded lawsuit against the university by Chris Partridge, a former Michigan assistant coach. He has kind of unveiled some new allegation. He claims that Warde Manuel and the former university president, Santa Ono, discovered evidence of the whole sign stealing scandal back in early 2023 when they were investigating former assistant coach Matt Weiss. And they say, or according to this lawsuit, that evidence was never reported to the NCAA or the Board of Regents, and that Ono was basically like covering up some of this and was even telling staff members to not take notes during meetings about the investigation. And Partridge sued the school, basically saying that he was a scapegoat in all of this scandal, but now he has expanded that. He's also suing Santa Ono and the Big Ten commissioner.
Yeah,
and then he also says stuff about the school knew all about Sharon Moore and the relationship he had with
Shivers.
Yeah.
So it's funny, in reading more of this, I think the most disturbing thing is this Jenner Block investigation, and the Free Press is saying that they can't get access to any of the records, that Michigan has worked to hide the findings of the report, that, quote, there are no responsive records in response to multiple FOIA requests. It's like you do this report where you're paying millions of dollars for it, and there's no written record. It's all
Right, it's
oral to the
oral
board.
dissertation.
So now you can do client privilege, and you can hide stuff. What are we hiding stuff for?
The whole point was
Who are we
not
protecting?
to hide. Yeah.
Right.
Hey, if you love burgers and you want a shot to show off your competitive eating chops, John, Detroit's Green Dot Stables is hosting its first ever slider eating contest on Thursday from 6 to 8 p.m. It's a race to see who can eat 12 cheeseburger sliders the fastest.
I love my sliders. I love my cheeseburgers, but I am not into the competitive eating.
You would like to enjoy them.
I want to enjoy
I get
every
that.
morsel.
So you've never done one of those like restaurant challenges to get your name on the wall?
Win a
Well,
t-shirt.
sometimes but it's not how fast you eat it. Can you just
Well, some
eat
of
the
them are
old
timed.
76er?
Some of them are timed. You get like an hour, or you get half hour or something.
Yeah, I mean, I've done some of them where it's like, hey, can you actually eat this steak? And you get the free T-shirt. Sure.
Yeah.
So for this, there is a $25 contest entry fee, and the winner will receive a $100 gift card.
Awesome.
So go give that a try. Hey, one of golf's biggest stars is coming to Detroit. So 5-time major winner Brooks Koepka has committed to play in the 2026 Rocket Classic.
Good.
So take place from July 30th through August 2nd at Detroit Golf Club.
Yeah, we know it's the last year,
Yep.
and we know it didn't work out for a variety of reasons, but you do want them to go out with a bang.
Sure.
Yeah.
It's Heather with the news. Coming up next, it is the summertime, isn't it? It is the All-Star Week.
Yes.
ESPN's top 10 quarterbacks, and this isn't just what Stephen A. Smith thinks. They talk to like coaches, scouts, executives. Where's Jared Goff? Where does he rank among quarterbacks in this division? And some other big takeaways from the top 10 QBs. It's next, 97.1.
Hey, if you're thinking about a new Ram truck this month, I'm going to give you a few reasons why a Ram truck should be at the top of your list. The Ram truck lease deals at every Metro Detroit dealer right now, they're great. I've seen the Ram side by side with other trucks. I own a Ram and I've drive it every day. For power, there's really no comparison. You could choose from Ram's legendary 5.7 Hemi V8, or the one I chose was the 420 horsepower Hurricane engine. If you want even more, they've got the high output 540 horsepower Hurricane. Why would you trust any full-size pickup at any price with only a 4-cylinder engine? You're going to be disappointed as soon as you pull off the lot. Plus, the full-size Ram 1500 is built right here in Sterling Heights. Ram has a 5-link coil suspension. All it's going to take is one test drive, and you're going to feel how much smoother a Ram is. And for comfort, I'm going to be honest with you, just go sit in a Ram, and I know you're going to feel the difference. Right now, the lease payments on a new Ram truck at every Metro Detroit Ram dealer are exceptional. So are their financing offers for well-qualified buyers. Pull into your Metro Detroit Ram dealer today, and when you do, tell them I sent you.
I like looking at the text. John, would you consider us to be, quote, Goff worshipers?
No.
You don't worship at the altar of Jared Goff?
Not particularly.
It says the Goff worshiping that goes on in this state is ridiculous. He's fortunate to be ranked so high due to being in a far better situation than the majority of other QBs.
Well, that plays a large part into it. So if you're looking at Josh Allen, Patrick Mahomes, those are guys, the reason they're 1 and 2 is because they can pretty much, I think you could put them into about any offense and you're going to have success. But that's why there's a big difference between the best quarterback in the NFL and even the 5th or 6th quarterback in the NFL. You start working your way down the list, and you're looking at it going, well, this guy needs a running game to be successful. This guy needs an offensive line. This guy needs a really good defense because they're going to have the ball a bunch of times. Like there are limitations that every quarterback has.
Yeah, once you get past the first handful of quarterbacks, they are more situationally dependent.
Mm-hmm.
But I would just highlight to you guys, Jared Goff in the last 3 seasons, nobody has thrown more touchdowns. Only one quarterback has a higher passer rating. The guy is lethal in play action. All quarterbacks benefit from a run game, but Goff does more with it than most QBs does. It's because he's accurate. It's because he's smart. We focus on a lot of what he can't do. If you start talking about what he can do, you realize there's not 10 quarterbacks better than this guy.
And what was limiting last year?
The interior, the middle of that offensive line. The fastest path to the quarterback is up the middle.
And the run game.
Sure.
But did his numbers suffer? A little bit, but he still was, 4,000 plus yards passing. He still was a guy that was, 35, 36 touchdowns?
His story was the story of the Lions, though. The offensive numbers were good, but in big games, when they couldn't run the ball, convert 3rd or 4th down,
They struggled offensively,
closing in on him. Yeah, now I think it's why it's critical that they address the offensive line with their only long-term free agent and their number 1 overall, their first-round pick.
Yeah.
It's like they got it. They learned a harsh lesson maybe a year too late. We're all wishing it would have been a year earlier. But if they make the offensive line go again, you're going to see Goff once again flourish as one of the league's best quarterbacks. And I still think as talented and dynamic as the other 3 are in this division, they're behind Jared Goff.
I agree. And no one's sitting there saying, I don't have a lot of respect for Kyler Murray. I don't think he's a great quarterback. But I think Caleb Williams is a really good quarterback in the making. Jordan Love is a really good quarterback. I think he's topped out. I don't see him having a MVP caliber season or being in the voting for MVP.
Yeah. Your guys' QB list is based on the teams and not the actual skill set and value of the QB. It's complete asininity. That's a word.
New words.
It's not our list.
No, the list is what we took off of ESPN. They put Goff at 9.
Yeah, and we disputed some of it. Like, we both think Hurts should be in the top 10. How do you leave a Super Bowl winner off the list?
And Dak Prescott, who can't win a playoff game, and he puts up numbers here and there, but just can't find a way to win.
Jordan Love getting some love, says he's ranked in the top 5 by most advanced metrics. He's had the most drops from his receivers since he's entered the league. Goff is 2nd in the division behind Love. Another says Love is like Herbert or Burrow. The media will love him for eternity with no real results. Gaslighting agenda QBs, all of them. Love's got physical traits. He's got a strong arm. Mm-hmm. He can buy some time. His brain gets turned off in moments, though.
Big moments, yeah.
He seems like one of the most lightning rod QBs in the league, where there are people who just think he should be top 5, and then there's people who put him down near 15 to 20. I'm one of the guys, I think he's overrated. I really do.
It all depends where you rate him. Like, they don't have as a top 10 QB. I'm fine if you tell me he's like QB 12 or 13.
Yeah.
I have no issue with that. Now, if you do what Valenti does and you've got Jordan Love jammies, I think it's going a little far.
Oh, wow. Can we... It's All-Star week.
Yeah.
We should like tomorrow just like, hey, Mike, call in for... do one segment with you two going back and forth on Love. And we can just sit back with our hands, our legs up. John, come on. Hands back.
Turn down my headphones. Not off, just turn him down.
No, I don't even think he thinks he's a top 5 QB. I mean, we're really like, when you get into, you're arguing who's 9 through 13.
Right,
He's in that category of guys that still have something to prove. Like, if you say quarterbacks with something to prove, Dak, Herbert, Love, it's why we lumped them together. You could say Goff still has something to prove. You could say Lamar still has something to prove.
Until you win a Super Bowl, you've still got a lot to prove.
The narrative of postseason letdowns. There's a bunch of guys because of how great Mahomes has been. I mean, Josh Allen's sitting there going, this damn Mahomes guy.
Right. And I mean, Joe Burrow could be saying the same thing. This damn Mahomes guy plus my damn offensive line.
Yeah. You're high on Burrow. Go ahead, Tom.
Just a thing on this list. I think the one, look, we try not to get angry with lists because it's a list.
Yeah.
Okay. But the fact that, people in the league, players or coaches and execs, like, they came to a conclusion that Dak is 6th and Goff is 9th. I don't know where that's coming from.
I don't either.
Well, I don't know how you put Dak really ahead of anybody that is behind him. Justin Herbert, Drake May, Goff, even Caleb Williams. I don't think Dak should be on this top 10 list. I think he should be unranked.
I mean, Dak could be like in a Baker category, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'd personally, if I had to win one game, I'd take Baker over Dak.
We got this text. You got the World Cup finals coming on, and all you're doing is talking about boring football.
Well, I'm not going to talk about football.
With the U.S. out, you're out.
I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm tired of watching grown men roll around on the ground, and then, the number of miracles that happen on a soccer pitch is phenomenal.
Well, hold on. They kicked someone out for flopping in the Switzerland game.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, and they reversed one in the first U.S. game.
All I'm saying is you have only 8 countries that have ever won a World Cup. 4 are still alive. This is Duke, Kansas, North Carolina, Kentucky.
Woohoo.
This is all 1 seeds. It's the best of the best.
Wow.
I know it doesn't do anything for you.
No.
But England, John.
Okay.
But England.
But France.
97-1. Oh, wow, that's a full minute early. That's the first time I've done that. I thought I was sneaking it right under the wire there.
I'm looking at, wait, Greg didn't say a minute yet.
First day in radio. No, we could talk soccer for another 50 seconds.
Yeah,
and then we'll
on
switch
97.1.
Sorry, guys.
So, John, you're not captured at all that England could break their 60-year streak of no World Cup?
No, until you said it. I had no idea that they had 60 years since they won a World Cup.
3 Lions.
It's criminal that I don't know England's soccer stats.
What about Messi? Going out as a champ?
Back-to-back World Cups, he goes out a champ.
What, does he come out of retirement in 4 years and play again? Or
I don't know. You got Mbappe?
Oh, okay. Like, you're selling me on something that I'm not buying.
Doesn't matter. Tom, your question earlier was, is England sympathetic because of the drought? And it's no, not for our 250th. They don't need to get a win on our soil.
No.
All right, now we move on. It's 97-1.
Brought to you by National Benefit Plans. 4 Tigers will represent the team at the All-Star Game in Philly tonight. Riley Green will make his 3rd straight appearance, batting 8th and playing left field for the American League. He'll be joined by catcher Dylan Dingler, Legends pick Justin Verlander, and rookie Kevin McGonigal, who grew up just 20 minutes from Citizens Bank Park. Now, McGonigal says he attended a game at Citizens Bank Park as a fan as recently as the 2023 playoffs, and he's actually sleeping in his childhood bedroom at home during the All-Star week. Meantime, the Home Run Derby last night did not disappoint at the All-Star game. The boos rained down on Cardinals outfielder Jordan Walker, but he hit 6 straight bombs in the final round to beat Kyle Schwarber of the Phillies. The All-Star game is at 8 o'clock tonight. Tomorrow could be the biggest day for soccer in Metro Detroit history, as DCFC holds a groundbreaking for their new 15,000-seat stadium, Alumnify Field, which is their future home in Corktown that'll debut in 2028. And Chaz Lanier with another big night for the Pistons last night. The former Tennessee Volunteer knocked down 8 3-pointers, had 24 points, but the Pistons fell to the Knicks in Vegas, 86-75 the final. At the Corwell Health Sports Desk, I'm Luke Sloan. For more, 97.1 The Ticket or Odyssey.com.
By the way, in the update, McGonagall sleeping in his childhood bedroom.
That's pretty awesome.
I'm picturing him in like a race car bed last night.
Well, he's not sleeping in the Minions bed like you did on your last trip to Florida.
Or maybe he had, did you ever have growing up the little like starlights on the ceiling? My cousins had that growing up.
No.
Where it's like the night sky.
I had stars all over my ceiling.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I had stars on the wall. Reggie White.
Oh.
Those type of stars.
So who do you think's on McGonagall's childhood bedroom wall?
It's probably Mike Trout.
Yeah, probably is.
He's sleeping next to a poster of Mike Trout, and he's going to be sitting next to him in the dugout.
His teammate tonight.
I had the Bash Brothers poster. Canseco and McGuire dressed as the Blues Brothers.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. Yeah. It's awesome for McGonagall tonight. I mean, this is his first year in Major League Baseball. He's in the All-Star game in his hometown.
Do you think mom and dad are going to make like the dinner last night? Obviously, he was at we saw him at the home run derby, but like, hey, this is what mom used to make me, the night before big game.
How many friends and family are hitting this guy up?
I think I heard, maybe it was Dickerson say he asked that question. I think it was 35 tickets.
That's all you get?
That he ended up getting. No, I think he could have got more, but that's probably what he ended up saying yes to.
He did sign a pretty lucrative contract.
He can
needed
afford
to buy
it.
a couple extra seats.
But I'm sure there were more ticket requests than that, but that's where his line was drawn.
To the line. So you know where you really stand if you're in the 35 or not.
Right. Yeah. Well,
how good of a friend are you?
Didn't make the cut.
Yeah. You mentioned he was at the Derby last night. I was pleasantly surprised with the home run derby. And I kind of felt like we're dunked out in the NBA and we were dingered out in baseball. There's only so many ways we can watch the ball leave the yard, but I thought this format change was perfect. They simplified things. I don't need a clock where we don't even get to see one home run land and we have a split screen for the next pitch. Slow it down. It didn't drag out. The thing was done by like 10:45. But it could breathe.
Yeah.
And I love the stage. Philly was awesome. They're booing everybody that's going up against Schwarber, including Jordan Walker. Who? The guy made more money last night than he's going to make all year.
Yeah.
A little-known breakout player who stared Philly fans in the face and goes 6 straight home runs down to his last swing to beat Philly and quiet the noise. Like, John, I thought that was dramatic. I thought it was entertaining, and I thought very little of the home run derby coming into last night. The only shame is that it aired on Netflix, and it's If a Tree Falls in the Forest. Wasn't a huge fan of their presentation, and I don't know who, as I'm talking to our audience, did you guys even watch it? Because if you did, you were treated, but if you didn't, I'm wasting everybody's time.
The home run derby is the one all-star performance that I feel like I want to watch every single year, and I didn't mind the format before. I minded the presentation of it, the split screen. Like there was just too much going on, and maybe it's just because I can't focus on multiple things at one time. I just need one thing to focus on. But it hit me when Contreras was the first batter, and he hits a 490-foot bomb
right away.
And all of a sudden, instead of watching him swing on one side and watching the pitch before land in wherever it landed on the other split screen, you had a chance to take it all in, and they're showing the path of the ball and. It just, that to me, the presentation of that. Now, you could say whatever you want about the announcers or whatever, and I'm glad Will Ferrell. Yeah, I'm glad he was limited to the introduction.
The Liberty Bell takes pictures of him.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I thought having the ability for the players to watch the ball land, but us as fans to be able to see where that one landed was so much better.
It didn't drag out. Guys could take a breath, take a beat.
And there was no timeouts, but they were able to pass on pitches. There was no limit on how many times they could look at a ball go by.
No, and I thought great rule that it can't end on a homer, which is the reason that Walker was able to keep swinging down to his last one. But like Philly fans, they had 2 guys, Harper and Schwarber. Mm-hmm. They wanted their guys, and they were booing everybody else, including, I don't know if you saw this play, there was one of the kids in the outfield. He missed a ball in center field. They booed his ass. Like, it was such a great, very Philly.
Philly did Philly.
They lived up to their expectations and reputations. And the Derby exceeded mine. 248-539-9797. I'm very curious if people gave this a shot. No judgment if you didn't. I think the Derby had kind of become background noise. And then this time they made you buy a subscription. Like if you didn't already have Netflix, this wasn't an NFL game on Christmas Day.
Right, yeah, you're not going to do the 7-day free trial just to watch the home run derby.
No.
And what I really thought was cool was Philly being Philly with Jordan Walker as he was chasing Kyle Schwarber. They were giving him everything under the sun.
Yep.
And he was calm, cool, collected. He did a great job of taking some pitches, ignoring what was going on around him, and delivered when it mattered most.
The Netflix presentation could have been better. That's
How?
what. Well, they didn't really show the bat hitting the ball ever. They used weird camera angles that they were forcing in.
Well, they did. I mean, on Jordan Walker's first round, they showed a couple of slow-mos of the ball hitting the bat, and you'd see the ball squish. But I thought it was, and the format provided a better presentation by itself.
No, that part I will agree with. I also felt like the announcers could have been better in the moment. I don't feel like we really sold
again,
it.
I'm not.
Okay.
I don't listen to a lot of what they have to say.
All right, fair enough. And then I am grateful that the Will Ferrell comedian routine was limited to just the player introductions.
Yeah.
I also wish they would have shown more exit velo and a little more like the
numbers.
Yeah, and not to overly do it, but they had no idea. They weren't even showing like a leaderboard or a scoreboard on the screen of like if you had just tuned in 10 minutes in or if you missed something and you came back into the room, who's winning? What do they need? Like,
right.
They could have done a better job with some of the graphics.
And the younger fan, I think, is more apt to be stat heavy.
Yeah.
And so not having those, I think for me, it didn't matter. I'm sure I would have loved to have seen the exit velo and some of those numbers because that they were just unbelievable, but they're not real because it's not real pitching.
Like I'll show you after Schwarber's round, they did the like graphic that showed all of them pull side and the routes of the baseball. I don't feel like they did very much of that for most of the night.
Mm-hmm.
And that could be kind of cool to tell the story.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen, he didn't make it out of the first round, but Caglione, he was spraying the ball when he finally started to get the rhythm of hitting the home runs. And I thought it was really cool that his dad was pitching to him.
I always love that too. Because sometimes there's a bullpen catcher and that's fine. Those guys see each other all the time. But when it's your dad and he's throwing you the ball in the backyard and now you're doing it at a ballpark.
Yeah. I mean, that was cool for him and cool for his dad.
Yeah. Tom, you had said, like, when can we get a Tiger back in this? How long has it been since we've had a Tiger in the home run derby?
I think it's Prince Fielder.
Yeah, like 2012?
Yeah. That's why I'm just not quite as interested. I don't know. I want to have somebody to root for from my hometown. It's like...
Yeah, look, after what Inge did, it's a wonder we ever got another Tiger in the home run derby. But yeah, Dingler could be in one of these years.
Yeah, I thought that was a spot for... And maybe he just didn't because of the hand injury.
Well, yeah. Did you see a photo, by the way?
Yeah.
Of the All-Stars hanging out, and he's got like the hamburger helper hand.
Yeah.
He played Sunday, so he would probably be okay, but I get if that's why they just said no, maybe. But I think it had already been determined before that.
Yeah, I believe
But I just think, he's coming on the scene, and the whole thing, like Dingler with another dinger, and just, I think they could have had some fun with it. I don't know.
Well, I mean, Jordan Walker ended up winning. He would have been, for us locally, and I would kind of imagine... Nationally, Dingler's a bigger name than Walker is.
If you were going to kick somebody out, you would have kicked out the guy who won the Derby.
Yeah, I know. That's how fluky the thing is to a degree, too.
No, I know. I know.
It's all about just getting you the right stroke at the right time,
Did you feel like it lacked any star power? Yeah, thank you for that, Tom. By the way, did you see that's what... Never mind. We'll do this off air. Murakami's favorite song?
No.
Strokin'.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's a classic.
Wow.
That's an all-time classic.
In terms of star power, no, there wasn't Judge or Ohtani, but I thought the event played out very well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, you talk about star power, you had Schwarber and Harper.
Yeah, good point.
And I understand that both of them, hey, they probably, if it wasn't in Philly, maybe they wouldn't have. But I like the fact that they stepped up and you got the Major League Baseball's leading home run hitter in the home run derby. In Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, and he was in the final, which is all you could really ask if you were scripting this. By the way, did you see that they showed a graphic that said Walker had won the Derby earlier?
Oh, no.
Like mid.
Oh, is it scripted?
I didn't see it live, but people were screenshotting it. Script writers had planned
it's
this.
Cavs Knicks all over again.
No. 248-539-9797. Text coming in. Derby was awesome. Right up there next to 2008 with Josh Hamilton. But man, the Netflix broadcast was terrible. Get some personality for a fun event. Guys, I kind of like the idea in round 2 that the longest homer advanced. So guys are trying to hit at 500 feet and not save energy. That's a recommended change.
Yeah.
My girlfriend hates baseball, but we put the Derby on last night. She's the one that wanted to stay up for the late round. Very good rule changes. That's from Ty.
You know, in terms of the presentation, it's like, I really kind of think the event should be on Fox, or if it's not on Fox, that Buck should be calling the home runs. And you still got Smoltz there, but then for fun, bring in Big Papi.
Yeah.
You know, to me, that would be so much better than what they did last.
Some home run hitters with personality.
Yeah.
Okay, so funny. You mentioned Papi. We got this text that says, A-Rod, you mean a-hole. There was a moment with Justin Verlander before all this went down. He was great with Jeter and he was great with Ortiz. The A-Rod thing was, it just wasn't it. We'll play the audio coming up next because I think the JV story with the guys is great. And then you do have to hear what A-Rod tried to pull. It's 97.1.
Hey, summer is here. I'm here as well. The weather's heating up, and you're probably planning vacations and backyard barbecues. Let me ask you a question, though. When's the last time you actually looked at your roof? Summer storm season is officially here. We've already had a number of them, and you don't want a leaky roof ruining your summer plans. Don't wait for the damage to happen. Do what I did, and call the pros at Rapid Roofing. They're fast, they're local, and they get the job done right the first time. Beat the summer rush and secure your peace of mind. Call Rapid Roofing today, or go to rapidroofing.com to schedule your free inspection and lock in your appointment. That's rapidroofing.com.